Say no to recalling 3 city council members. Organizers unhappy about the council members pushing for changes to the city's land use code, saying that it looks like it was written for developers and people wanting to cash out.
That's why we initiated the recall. They were not doing what was best for the citizens.
This recall opponent spoke with Fox 31.
Why a recall, in a sense, as well as what went through my head, because obviously we're trying to deal with the big issues.
There are votes still left to count, but preliminary results show the effort to recall Joe Anderson, Chelsea Nunnenkamp, and Nathaniel Sierra, who is also the mayor, will fall short. 10 Colorado colleges and universities are working to educate their students about the dangers of fentanyl. The schools launched a campaign this week called You Can't Outsmart Fentanyl. The campaign works to inform students about the risks associated with fentanyl and fentanyl-laced drugs and provides training and access to a drug that reverses overdoses. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Calming down throughout the Denver metro as we hit that 10 o'clock hour. I-25 southbound, some normal slowdowns into downtown between I-70 and Spear. Out west through Jeffco, Wadsworth Boulevard northbound, we've got a crash in the right lane at 26th with stop and go back from 20th. Further west, Colorado 93, both north and southbound lanes are closed due to an accident between Indian Head Road and Coal Creek Canyon. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies today, cooling down after yesterday with a high of 69 this afternoon, overnight low of 43. Tomorrow, the sun is out again with a high of 67. The current temperature in Denver is 58 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer over 50 different custom window treatments, including faux wood blinds and shutters, all at prices less than retail. Plus, we'll send you free samples before you buy. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Inflation is up, the stock market is down, and you're just a few years away from retirement. Learn how to get prepared with Sean O'Keefe and Dan Blair on the Retirement Summit, Saturdays at noon, here on 630 KHOW, and visit GoSummitWealth.com.
Is rap music a confession or an artistic expression? Listen to the legal anatomy of current events on your favorite platform to make your decision.
Why does Frank Duran, the real estate man, get top value for the homes he sells?
Because I take the personal time. Every single listing I go on, I video the property. Then I study the film, I study the competition, and literally look at the strengths and weaknesses we have versus the competition. That's how we determine the peak price.
I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino, urging you to use Frank Duran, the realestateman.com with RE/MAX Alliance, 303-920-1622. That's 920-1622.
Because inflation still sucks. You can win $1,000.
Thank you so much.
Inflation Salvation. 9 chances a day to win $1,000. Listen weekdays 9 a.m. through 5 p.m. on Denver's talk station 630 KHOW. Presented by Wind River Spas.
When you build and price a Wind River Spa, our team gets to work. Designers draft plans, engineers run tests, and our factory puts it all together. The spa you want is the spa we build. Wind River Spas, built in Colorado for Colorado.
Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. That's WIN. Enter it now at KHOW.com. Inflation Salvation on 630 KHOW.
Yeah. Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. Solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, and making your life just a little easier as we do every single day. This hour brought to you by Fix It 24/7, the only people I have in my home for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. They don't come to sell me something. They come to solve problems, and they do it for a very predictable price, $39. Once they get here, they look for the problem, $39, that's it. If I don't have work done, $39. If I have it done, I don't even pay $39. And they've helped me with so many problems, questions, complaints. They're the consumer advocates of home services. 720-526-3939. In fact, George is with me today. We're going to talk. And I want you to call with any problems you might have with that. And then we're going to give out a special to get ready for winter. It's what we call the shoulder season. It's not too hot, not too cold. Folks, I don't say this just because I like to hear myself talk. sure as you know what, in a few months, I'm going to get complaints from people who have been ripped off, lied to and cheated because they did not act proactively when they did not need the heat. When you go to bed tonight, if your heater doesn't work that good, it's not going to be a big deal. But in a few months, it's going to be a major deal. And why they do not react to the market when they should, I don't know. For example, if you want to shop for certain things, you should shop at certain times of the year. But here's what happens normally. It gets cold, they all call the furnace people when the furnace people are bursting at the seams and can't get to them right away. Or they panic when somebody says your furnace is bad and it's sub-zero temperatures and they replace and find out they were cheated. Or the flooding season comes. They knew they had a problem with their drainage. They knew they had a problem they should have fixed around their house, but they didn't. They wait until it rains. What about pipe freezing? Do you know how many easy ways you can do away with pipe freezing? But they don't. Every year, same areas freeze. They go through it. It's amazing. We don't learn from mistakes. We'll talk about that too coming up. Vicki, though, she has a hearing aid issue. Vicki, welcome. Now, one thing I want to say about hearing aids. They were deregulated, which is a good thing. The bad thing is anybody can get in the business and call themselves a hearing aid dealer. Now, in Colorado, we have some laws that say you have 30 days to try out a hearing aid, and you can give it back. And the only thing they can charge you for is that earpiece if they give you a custom earpiece, but nothing else.
Well, what happens if you buy them on Amazon now?
Well, that's interesting, Mark. Amazon, most of the time, will do the return anyway.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is if you buy them online in what is now a hearing aid, I understand, back when there was ear amplifiers and there was, true hearing aids that would be prescribed. I wonder how that law is affected by all of that.
I don't know. And I don't know what I don't know what happens if, here's what I don't know. I don't know what happens, that 30-day law in Colorado. I don't know what happens if you buy it from a company like Amazon or from a company that does business on Amazon and they're out of state. I think they still have to go by state law. But hearing aids, I heard they were unregulated, yet I'm looking at the state regs and it still says that you need a hearing test. I don't know. I want to find, you know what? We need to talk to somebody about it. Because over-the-counter hearing aids are on sale for sure. And I think it happened, the FDA cleared it. They're without a prescription. And we can go over that. But in any case, Vicki, what is your issue?
Well, Mr. Martino, on the 25th of September, the hearing aid place that I had been trying to get a refund from.
All right, first go back to before that. You were trying to get a refund. Why?
Because I didn't need them.
When did you buy them?
I got them on the 12th of June.
Okay, you bought hearing aids June 12th where?
Well, from Hearing Assist. I saw it online, and I read all about it, and I called them, and I talked to them, and it sounded okay.
And Hearing Assist, how did you find out about them?
Online.
And this was in June.
Hearing aids for senior people for not very much money.
No, I get it. And so you bought them. Did we talk before, Vicki?
Yes.
Yeah, you sound familiar, and I think we talked about this. And they said, I'm just trying to look for your previous call so I don't have to read.
Just looking at their website, it actually says that returns and refund policy, 60-day trial period. You got to call them up. You get an RMA number to initiate the refund process.
How much time do you get to refund, to return?
Well, according to their own website, there's a 60-day trial period. If you have an issue, you call an 800 number, you'll receive an RMA, a return merchandise authorization.
Yeah. Now, Vicki, did you call and get an RMA?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And when did you call? You got them in June. When did you call?
I got them in June. I returned them on the 20th.
Of June?
They got them on the 29th.
Of the same month?
Yes, June.
And you had an RMA number?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Now, what happened after that?
Well, when I called to see if they got them, they said yes. I said, how long before my refund? And they said 4 to 6 weeks for processing. I said, okay. So I waited 5 weeks and called. And they said, well, they're still being processed.
Okay, let's call him for you. That's it. Let's just call him.
Okay.
This is perfect for Deputy Doc.
Yeah, this is perfect for Deputy Doc. I see last time you called, we told you to just wait a little while and then call us back.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you for calling us back. I want you to know we take that seriously. Now, I think what we should do is have Deputy Doc call them and say, look, you promised, get this thing done. And I don't think there's any excuse here. None at all. And I want to see what Doc will do. Is a Doc in today?
Yeah, I'm in the studio, Mike. Tom.
Okay, thanks, Doc. Listen, this is again.
This is crazy. I'll call him right now.
And I appreciate that because what bothers me is that these people just trust these online things, and God, this happens so much. Now, I think it's kind of a good thing that hearing aids are a bit unregulated, but I'd like to get someone on to talk about hearing aids. I'm trying to think who we should get, but I'd like to clear it up anyway as to what is what when it comes to hearing aids.
I've had a bunch of friends, Tom, who got them from Costco that work great and were really, really inexpensive.
It says, thanks to a new law, those with hearing impairment can buy hearing aids over the counter and online without a prescription. The FDA cleared the way for hearing aids to be purchased to expand access to hearing devices. Now, I'm reading this from CBS News in Denver here, Channel 4.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Costco is the best.
According to the law that went into effect, let's see, this was went into effect in October of 2022. You can just buy them, okay? Now, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Best Buy, or anywhere else you want, savings could be up to $3,000 for the same stuff you used to buy. And it says, here's the problem is, though, you don't even need a test, okay? Now,
well, I think I'm almost positive, man, there is OTC for sure, and the majority are probably over the counter, but there's also hearing aids that you still have to get a prescription if your hearing's bad enough.
Well,
and I wonder if that 30-day return that Colorado has is only good for that.
Mark, it's changed the entire law. Now, there is a place in Colorado that I thought they used to be on our referral list. I'm not talking about who you think, Mark, not those people, but there was someone else. And they might still be on, but I doubt if they are because of the deregulation. I mean, it became ridiculous, but let's just see. I want to see.
A lot of those places went out of business, man.
Yeah,
Imagine that hitting you.
There was a good place that was been around for years. They were actually audiologists, and we ought to maybe try to call someone. Or if anyone knows about them, call us, 303-713-TALK. Okay, so we'll get Deputy Doc to work on that one. And I also want to tell you about Elite Garage Floors, a great place to have your garage floors done for guaranteed lowest price and no money down. Think about that. That's elitegf.com. That's Elite Garage Floors. They also do pool decks, patios, walkways, anything concrete. 720-939-2448.
Thank you. Hey, quick to Szymanski. Just 15 away.
Of the Sun. Hi, this is Voice of the Boss, Mark Johnson. Saturday, the Buffaloes battle Arizona State in Tempe. Coverage begins at 2:30, kickoff at 4:30 on KOA, 850 AM, 94.1 FM, and at iHeartRadio.
I often talk about storm damage. And, I talk about the exterior of the house and how GenesisTotalExteriors.com handles it all. They can also change you over if you want to go from siding to something more durable. They can do that while they're doing storm damage, or you just may want them to do it anyway. So Mark Szymanski is the owner. I've known him for many, many years. Mark, what's the advantage, the benefit of changing from, let's say, siding to stone or stucco or a combination?
Tom, I think the combination of stucco and stone is such a beautiful, timeless look, and you're maintenance-free after that. You're not going to paint your house ever again, and it lasts forever, and it looks beautiful, and it increases the value of your home, and you could do it for not much more than what siding costs. So it's a great opportunity if you need new siding to change it over to stucco and stone or just stucco or a combo of both.
Now, since you work with insurance companies a lot, if my siding was damaged and has to be replaced, and I want to upgrade, how does that work?
Well, the insurance company is going to pay for the cost of the siding and the installation of the siding, and then you use that money towards the payment of the siding or the stucco and the stone. And so, insurance company's happy that you increased the value of your home and you didn't put siding on. It doesn't matter to them as long as you did something that's more expensive or something that increases the value of your home. They're fine with that.
Now, can you give me a rough percentage? Like, is it 30% more, 20% more if I wanted to do that? Do you know?
I mean, stucco and siding are very close, so there's very little cost difference in those two. The stone gets more expensive. You're probably looking at a good 25% increase over your siding costs for stone, depending on what kind of stone you pick out, too, because different stones cost different amount of money. But, it's the stone and, the siding and the stucco are very close. And so you might be able to do it for about the same cost.
Okay, so you can switch to stucco, and then you can put on stone trim if you want. There's all kinds of combinations. Yes. But here's the main deal.
Correct.
Genesis does it all. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. 303-679-8509. That's 679-8509. Let's talk about reverse loans. Some people are turning to reverse loans now because they have equity. They're older. They just want to live off the equity. Or some of them just want to do away with their house payment. And there's almost always enough equity to pay off the house. And then you just live there the rest of your life without any worries and any house payments. If you have extra equity, you can get a lump sum, a monthly payment, or maybe an emergency line of credit you keep there in case you need it. Our exclusive reverse loan lender would be happy to talk to you and answer all of your questions, no obligation. EmpowerReverse.com, 720-500-7719, 720-500-7719.
Thank you.
The unthinkable is going to happen soon.
You need to buy buckets of food. Can you please buy some buckets of food?
Your gut tells you there's something very wrong
Why am I
going
hearing
on.
commercials?
How much time do I have?
Suggests that there is.
2.5.
It's fine.
Hey,
Stop
Shannon, can you
noticing.
kill the commercials?
You know better. American families are preparing. Folks are getting into...
Oh, thank you. That's so much better, Shannon.
What's better?
Oh, I was hearing nothing but commercials offline.
Hey, Tom?
Yeah.
I have a follow-up when you're ready, if you need some fill-in.
All right.
There's filler from prison there.
I can't wait for Hawaii. Tommy, we leave
To
next
do
week.
what? To sink into the ocean?
Yeah, you suckers.
We may not come back.
All right. More
And
for
I'll
us.
have to figure out how to get my puppies over there, though. That might be a problem.
Keep them in your shirt.
Jesus.
They let them right on the airplanes now.
My babies, they would. They're special.
Hey, Suze.
Yeah?
Guess who's back and has called us already 4 times?
Let me know when he calls. I'll talk to him.
All right.
Do you
Oh, the
want
prison
us to,
guy?
Yeah. Do you want us to accept the chart? Or
Give
I
him-
think they're prepaid.
He's paying.
Yeah,
Give
he's
him-
prepaid.
Give them that bitch's number from yesterday.
You know what?
Diana,
He's
Deborah?
on prepaid, like minutes or what?
Yeah, or
I
something.
think he's got a prepaid card.
So a minutes?
I don't
If
know
so,
if
just
it's
put him on
minutes.
hold
It
and
just
let his
says
minutes run out.
Prepaid and,
That's a good idea, actually. Put him on hold and let his minutes tick to 0.
I mean, that's one option. But if he's on hold now, do you need me to come talk to him?
Nope,
Oh,
he's
let me
not on
know.
hold. I basically have been hanging up.
And then
he
what we'll
hasn't
do...
I could
called
give
yet.
him the Suze
Tell them, hold
sauce.
on, let me see if they want to talk to you. Then we'll goose them every 10 minutes.
tell
Hold
them-
on, you're going to be up next.
Hey,
and then we'll run his minutes
Or say,
out.
hey, yeah, let me put Suze on to talk to you.
Who are you talking about?
Pretty sure he
This
has
guy
a way.
that calls
Dane,
from
the
Boulder
prison
County.
guy.
Pretty
What?
sure he has a way to get more minutes.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. He probably has all kinds of tricks up his
very
sleeve.
Handy.
Yeah, exactly. I bet he's more mouthy than anything.
Well, it could be. Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys are pathetic.
We are. Oh, we're not the ones in the joint.
Yeah, that's true.
At least not recently.
Right.
Hey, but remember.
Don't say but remember.
Remember, he's innocent.
Oh my God. Oh. Jeez, bless whoever that
Golly.
was.
Go look for your teeth.
Where's
Here we
your
go.
lung?
Station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Emma has a question about a checking account. Emma, what's going on with you?
Yeah, hi. My husband passed away on June 20th of this year. I tried to go get his little bit of money out. It's like $1,500, but I could really use it. And they say I need a lawyer.
Now,
My
tell me
niece
what
had told
happened.
me-
Who died?
My husband.
When? Of how long?
Since 1985, but we were
Okay, now,
together
Emma,
before that.
Emma, was
Uh-huh.
there more? How much money in the account?
Just $1,500.
And how much? Okay, how much other property did he have?
We have a house, and
What happened with the house?
I'm still in it.
No, I'm asking who was on the deed.
Me and him both, I'm pretty sure.
Well, you better be sure. See, Emma, you don't know, do you? I mean, is the house still entitled in both of your names, or was there a beneficiary deed, or was it held in such a way that it automatically passed on to you? You need to know this stuff. I mean, you can't just let someone die and assume everything's going to be okay. There are things you need to do. So, what else did you guys own?
Cars.
How many cars?
One that's really working.
Who's it titled in, Emma?
It's in his name.
Well, okay,
bought it.
guess what's
I
going to
don't know
happen?
why.
You're not going to be able to renew the plates or get insurance. What are you doing about that car right now?
Nothing. I have so much to do that I can't even think.
Emma, he died last year. Do you need help? Of course you do. Did you ask anyone what to do when your husband died?
Not really.
All right.
Really.
I want to get Keelan Park on. I want to get some attorneys on to help you. Okay? Straight up. I want to get them on to help you. Hold on. You need more. You need more than just a quick idea on how to get $1,500 out. The bank was not entirely wrong. You need some legal help to get that money if it's not titled in your name.
Well, if she needs it, I agree with everything you're saying, but if she needs it real quick and has a daughter or someone that can help her out with just a small estate affidavit, she can get access to that cash.
She can't do a small estate affidavit if she has a house and a car that needs to be transferred.
I'm just talking about the checking account, $1,500.
But you can't parse out. I don't think you can just parse out what you want and leave the rest of the estate untouched. It goes by what the estate is. If the estate qualifies for a small estate affidavit, she can do it. You can't simply say, oh, I'm going to take just enough to be in the small estate. I don't think. Now, maybe you can, but I think that would be foolhardy because now you're leaving a house up for grabs. Who the hell knows what's happening with the house? And then and what's
I'm just going off the aspect she said she needs that money. I'm thinking she needs groceries.
Now, Emma, the house, do you have a loan on it?
Yes.
Who's on the loan?
I'm almost positive it's both of us. It was his uncle was on it. He got us the BA loan years and years ago in 1984. 94, sorry.
Do me a favor, Emma. I want to get Frank Duran, the real estate man, to run an O&E on that house. That's a title search. I want to know what's on it, who owns it, how it was held, to see if it's going to pass to you.
We can pull. I bet we could have Frank pull an O&E on that. No problem.
Yeah, that's what I just said. So let's do that off the air. Let's get Keel and Park on too. I want to get both experts. I want Frank to do this O&E. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. He's a great guy, and what he will do, and he'll do this for anyone. If you have questions about your house, what it's worth, who owns it, how much you owe, they do an O&E. It's a complete study of the house. And if you want to know what it will sell for, just in case, you can do all of that free of charge and no obligation. We're going to call him right now, 303-920-1622. Now, let's do that. Let's call Keel and Park. Now, this is important. And Emma, I don't mean to overwhelm you. And as Mark said, if all you need is the money, that's fine too. But I don't want you to leave those other things undone. Did you know you had things to do, Emma, on that?
She's talking to Mark.
Okay, she's talking to Mark. You know, I don't want to just make sure he does not give her advice on small estate affidavits until we check with our attorneys. 303-713-TALK. Robert, what's on your mind,
Hi.
Robert?
Hi. I had a really bad experience at a medical center in Aurora. It's called Medical Center of Aurora, North Campus, and I'm wondering if there's ever been any reports done on this place. There's something wrong there.
What's wrong with it?
It's not treatment. It's a mental health facility, and the staff there is very rude. They take everything from you, including your cell phone and your wallet and everything.
Now, let me ask you something. Which campus was this?
North Campus.
Now, I have obvious questions. Why were you there?
Okay. It was because of, I guess you could say it was a welfare check.
No, here's what I want to know. How did it start? Did someone knock at your door and said, I'm doing a welfare check? That doesn't sound right.
No, I had a friend drive me to St. Anthony Hospital because I needed to talk to a doctor about changing medication. And
well, okay, but what medication? See, I need to know the story.
Okay. The medications I take are amitriptyline and risperidone.
Okay.
And
what is your diagnosis and who was prescribing the drugs? You don't understand. Robert, I'd love to help you with your experience, but I don't know if you're paranoid schizophrenic and you were causing a scene.
I see what you're saying.
No, I don't know you from anywhere. I want to help you, but I need information. What was your original diagnosis that had you on medication?
Depression and anxiety.
Okay, I get it. So you were on medication and being treated, and you weren't feeling right, and you wanted to inquire about medication changes, right?
Yes.
Is there a reason you did not go back to the prescribing doctor?
I just didn't. I didn't.
Okay. Is there a reason?
A reason I didn't go back to my... I was planning on it, but I got upset one night. And
how long have you been on these drugs?
A few months.
Okay, so it's relatively new for you.
Yeah.
Well, when a doctor prescribes medications like this, he usually requires a follow-up visit. Did you do a follow-up visit?
At some point, yes.
You did, and were you doing good at that time?
Yes.
So this has been a few months.
Yeah.
Okay, but all of a sudden, you were about to tell me about one night you weren't feeling right. Go ahead.
And they put me on a 72-hour hold.
Okay, in order for that to happen, you weren't feeling right. It had to be way more than you weren't feeling right. They felt you were a danger to yourself or others.
Myself, yes.
Okay, so, and who called that in? Your friend?
The doctors at St. Anthony.
Okay, so you did the right thing. One night you weren't feeling right.
I've been told. Yeah, that's
and you
what
went to
I've been told.
St. Anthony's Hospital, and they put you on a 72-hour hold.
Yes.
Okay, hold on, and we'll come back with more of this. Listen, I have a lot of experience with friends and family with mental illness. Please don't take this wrongly. I'm asking questions for a reason. I need to get the big picture. I understand it all boils down to the bad experience at Medical Center of Aurora, but I'd like to know that it was a genuine bad experience and not just an anxiety attack. So hang on. I'm Tom Martino. More coming up.
Yep.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Calming down as it always does throughout the Denver metro as we hit that Thursday 10 o'clock hour. Some slowdowns into downtown, nothing too out of the ordinary. I-25 southbound seeing speeds in the 40s and 50s between I-70 and Spear Boulevard. Heading far west through Jeffco, Colorado at 93. Both north and southbound roads are closed due to an accident between Indian Head Road and Coal Creek Canyon Road. Fox 31, pinpoint weather cooling down again with a high of 69 degrees this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies for the fall months. Overnight low of 43. Cooler tomorrow as well. High 67, mostly sunny. The current temperature in Denver is a fair 60 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 K-House.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Want to save big on custom faux wood blinds, shutters, cellular shades, and more? Shop Blindster today and save up to 50% over comparable blinds from brick and mortar stores. Get custom blinds at low prices and free shipping at Blindster.com.
You know, John Fuller is a personal injury attorney with an emphasis on personal. And as I said, I know you're going to ask a lot of people about personal injury stuff if you've been injured in an accident or if you're not sure. And if you make calls, that's fine. But I want you to make your first call to John Fuller just to see the difference and compare the others. John Fuller, honest to God, John Fuller has promised only to take the number of cases that he can work personally. Now, of course, he has assistants and he has paralegals, but he handles each and every case as the lead attorney. In fact, it's the only law firm where when you call, you will talk to him, the lead attorney, and he will give you his cell phone number if you hire him on a percentage fee basis. There's never any out-of-pocket, and he will follow it through to the end and negotiate expenses and net you more money because of it. 303-597-4500, 597-4500, myaccidentlawyer.co. Would you like to make a phone call right now and get a price on countertops? Wouldn't that be cool? Maybe some counters with cabinets. And you can call theartofgranite.com. They love what they do, and they'll give you a price on the phone. Why? They're proud of their deals. It's that simple. Maybe you take a pic and some measurements and give them a call, whether you want granite or any other kind of countertop. They do it all. Natural stone. They do man-made materials, engineered stone. Whatever it is, they'll do it, and they give you a price. Call them now, 303-386-5919. 386-5919, theartofgranite.com.
Thank you.
How much time now?
Did he give you Jim Park's?
3.5.
Because I didn't know.
How did you get it? Have you reached him at the office?
No, I called Brent on his cell, and he just is going to hand it to.
Oh, he handed the phone to Jim. Gotcha. Okay,
Yep.
but you're going to save it in your cell. You
Yep.
have it there.
Yeah, I'm going to send Brent. Say Brent. Okay. Art of Granite. Okay. Okay.
Should I link bank account or debit card to pay my new rent? I forget which one Dad said is better, but I have to pay that as well today.
Long as they don't charge for checking is the best. Long as they don't charge for a credit card, you want to use checking.
He said debit card. Checking is best.
Yeah. Is he calling?
I don't know if I told him, and he said, the department does look available. You should call and ask about the charge. I finally transferred that money he owed us, so I'm sure he's not going to be thrilled, but whatever. I gave him like 3 months.
Hey, Mark?
Yeah.
Did you call Frank Duran? Because I know that you got her address offline.
Yeah, we're not calling her. And O&E's going to take probably 6-7 hours.
Oh, okay. But you let Frank know?
Yeah, Frank's there. If Tom
Okay.
wants to bring her back up, because we're going to have the estate attorney on.
Yep.
But the O&E's in the works.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm going to deal with this one. Oh, wow. So he's in jail till February. Kat did try to call and wanted to talk to me. I told Kelly to tell her, no, you need to talk to me. Needs to go on air at this point.
What's the name of that?
Maybe.
What's the name of his old complex?
New View, NUVUE, and maybe better to wait closer.
We get the special out now that we can promote it. You want to do the 39 and... No, I get that. But I tell you what.
Just because the value difference.
No, yeah, but
Secrets of the Partying Pilots. Holy shit.
Who cares?
Who cares? They're saying they see these pilots getting hammered before flights.
But if they're just having sex, who cares?
Okay.
No. Getting hammered. Drunk.
What's that?
Here we go.
At khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I want to go back to Emma because we have an attorney on, but Robert, I please want you to stay. We do want to hear about your experience, and we will look into it, okay? So please hang on. But I have Jim Park with me from Keelan Park. They're estate attorneys, and they do other law as well, but they're are experts on estate planning and stuff too. And Jim, Emma needs help, I'm sure. And Emma, I know that you didn't do this out of negligence. You just didn't know what to do. Her husband died. And when did he die?
June 20th, a few months ago.
Oh, okay. Now, June 20th. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry all of this has to be dealt with. Anyway, what happened was, Jim, she didn't do anything with the house. She's not sure how it's held. She's not sure about anything, but we're doing an O&E on it to find out for her. And we can let you know what that is. But right now, she's unsure of that status. She has a car. And how is that car held, Emma, the one that's running?
It's in his name. I don't know why he did that.
But the house you're not sure of. You're unsure of the house ownership or of the exact ownership. Jim, I want to ask you, what kind of house ownership is the kind that automatically goes to the spouse? It's an undivided interest.
Yeah, so if there's a joint tenancy with a right of survivorship is what it's called.
And don't you think that does not go through probate, right?
That's correct. And if you are both on the title, that's the most likely way that you would have taken title. It could also be co-tenancy, but
okay.
In most cases, it's going to be a joint tenancy.
Well, I want to ask you about joint tenancy. Is it automatic, or does she have to do anything?
So it's automatic, and if you try to sell the property in the future, they would probably need proof of death, so a death certificate, but it's automatic. It doesn't require any action on your part. Once somebody passes, title to the property changes.
Well, that's good. So
will I look for that on the home title?
Does it actually say on anything joint tenancy?
Okay.
Does it say? No, I'm asking him. Does it actually say that?
Oh.
Yeah, so it would say that on the deed to the property, and if you're pulling an O&E report, that would give you the
We'll find
information
out,
to
Emma. Okay, we'll do that for you. Mark, I guess Mark got your information, right? Mark, you got her address and all that for Frank? I guess Mark's not there. I'm sorry.
No, I'm right here. I said yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. So here's the deal. We'll do that for you to find out how it's held. Then the car, you say, is in his name.
Yes.
Okay. And car, what does she do about the car? And we had something we wanted to ask you. Mark suggested possibly, if you only worried about the bank account where she needs some cash, can you parse out part of the estate and do a small estate affidavit? Like if she just wants to go after right now the bank account, or does she have to do it all together? And you know what I'm asking. Does it disqualify a small estate affidavit? Let's say it is a big estate, but you just want one bank account.
Yeah, so the ability to use the small estate affidavit is based off of the total value of the estate.
Okay.
And
yeah, like
so,
$74,000, right?
Yeah, and
what about titled property? Doesn't it also go by the type of property?
Yeah, so there's some property that would fall into that probate estate and some that wouldn't. So if it's not part of the probate estate, like a joint tenancy house, then that wouldn't count towards that total threshold.
And then what about a car? If it needs to be titled, can that be in a small estate?
It can be. So if we have the ability by the threshold of the value to use a small estate affidavit, that can be used to change the title to the car, yes.
Now, what about when a house or any real estate is involved, no matter the value? Doesn't that disqualify you?
No, because he just said that, Tom.
Excuse me, Jim.
It can be different.
What he said was if it doesn't hit probate, if it doesn't hit part of the estate, it doesn't get counted. But if it does get counted, I'm just curious, does it exclude a small estate affidavit?
Yeah, you're going to need more sufficient documentation because, especially if there's debt on the house, if it's not paid off, you're going to need the ability to open a full probate, and you're going to need the letters testamentary in order to deal with the lender.
I was told in all cases, regardless of value, a house, if not joint tenancy, a house would prohibit a small estate affidavit if not joint tenancy.
Yeah, it's a real estate transaction, and so you need more substantial documentation that is only going to be available through a full probate.
But if it is a joint tenancy outside of probate, then you can do the small estate affidavit for the rest.
Assuming that the rest of it falls underneath the dollar threshold, yes.
Got it. Now, the reason I want to make it so clear, Jim, because you'd be surprised how many people hear what we're talking about and then they go off thinking something else. I just want to be crystal clear on it and not assume people understand it. So we're going to find out what kind of ownership she has. Let's assume it's joint tenancy and the house is automatically hers. She has to deal with the car. And I'm going to ask you straight up, Jim, if she has to deal with the car in a small estate affidavit, this woman sounds like she doesn't have much means, and I might just tap you to help her out a little if we can possibly do that.
We would be more than happy to assist with that.
Now, Emma, did you hear that? That's so we're really going to Keelan Park. They're great people, okay? Now, obviously, they're not in business to do free stuff, but if you're of little means and need help, we're going to try to help you. Now, again, we're going to make sure of that. There might be a small charge if you're not hurting. We'll figure that out. And Keelan Park, for those listening, the website is lawkp.com. LawKP, that stands for Keelan Park, lawkp.com, 970-818-8198. So, Emma, Mark will make sure that Frank does an O&E on the house. We'll do that first. Then we'll figure out the car. Oh, and by the way, that would include the bank account too, Emma, okay? Both. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Pfizer.
Calming down as it always does throughout the Denver Metro as we hit that Thursday 10 o'clock hour. Some slowdowns into downtown, nothing too out of the ordinary. I-25 southbound seeing speeds in the 40s and 50s between I-70 and Spear Boulevard. Heading far west through Jeffco, Colorado at 93. Both north and southbound roads are closed due to an accident between Indian Head Road and Coal Creek Canyon Road. Fox 31, pinpoint weather cooling down again with a high of 69 degrees this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies for the fall months. Overnight low of 43. Cooler tomorrow as well. High 67, mostly sunny. The current temperature in Denver is a fair 60 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Seems like COVID's everywhere again, but there's good news from Pfizer. This season's updated COVID-19 shots are now available for ages 6 months and up, and they're designed to better protect against recent variants. Ask your pharmacist or doctor and schedule at vaccines.gov. Sponsored by Pfizer.
ZeroResDenver.com. Why do I love Zero Res Denver? I'll tell you why. Because they don't use any soap or emulsifiers or chemicals. Your house is safe for pets, safe for kids as soon as they leave. Your carpets dry faster and stay clean longer. Why? Because they are the purest form of clean. No dirt attracting residue. The only people I have in my house for carpet cleaning, and you'll know why as soon as you have it done. $33 a room right now for 3 rooms with a free hallway while the special lasts. What I'd like you to do is check them out, ZeroResDenver.com. Special cleaning water. It really is high alkaline, super soft, purified water, so it can absorb and take away all kinds of dirt, grime, and pathogen. 303-471-5150. 471-5150, ZeroResDenver.com. Hey, if you need someone dependable for your car, and I mean someone dependable, you need Sheridan Auto Tech. He treats everyone like family, his employees and his customers. And he does service on your car, whether it's light or heavy maintenance or repairs. He also can do electrical issues, and he does pre-buy inspections. Listen to this, for a used car. So please, you can trust him on that one. He also can keep your car in service, even if it's under warranty, to save you money from the dealer, but keep the warranty alive. SheridanAutotech.com on Colfax West of Wadsworth, 303-455-7242, 455-7242.
And you had no idea, right?
Now how much time, bro?
I do not.
How much time now, Shannon?
Let me see if I got this right. Eject.
Come on, Shannon.
Shut up. I'm doing something here.
I just want to know how much time so I can get caught.
3:15.
Okay,
row
thank you.
of the section or the front row? Okay.
Front rows, everyone was sold out.
That's okay. That was the price, too. I'm surprised it wasn't more.
The people that bought all the front rows own season tickets, so they have first right. That'll tell you how popular that concert is.
Very popular.
Taylor Swift wasn't like that.
We're going to, next year, we're going to see George Strait and Chris Stapleton and some band called Little Big Town that I'm the only person in the world that's never listened to them.
Wow.
But
Make that 2 people.
Don't even. I'll get
Things Suzanne doesn't know. Kelly, you should start making a list.
It'd be a pretty short
It
list.
would be a very short list.
Thank you, Shannon. I guess I'll get to speed on Little Big Town because our daughter was like, "Oh my God,
They're
I
great.
should be going instead of you, Mom."
I've never heard of them either.
Oh, they're
Well,
awesome.
Doc, come
That
on.
makes 2
That's
of us.
not, yeah. No, we know. That's fine.
I'm
But
gonna listen to them now.
Isn't
They're
that
awesome.
like
Little
they
Big
do a
Town?
magic trick or a magic show in Vegas?
No,
It's the real tall guy and the short guy.
I guess I'll put them on my Hawaii plane listening list
There you
because I'll
go.
be on a plane for 5 hours.
don't forget
It's
Don
longer
Ho.
than that.
Who?
It's
Don Ho.
Who's that?
Tiny
Come
Bubbles.
on, you've heard of Don Ho.
No.
He's like the
Ukulele, Tiny
that's the
Bubbles.
first thing you think about with Hawaii.
I
Is
didn't
he
know his
still
name.
alive?
No.
I doubt it.
No.
He must be like 120 years old by now.
Nope.
He's got to be old as hell if he is alive.
No, but I guess I could put Mele Kalikimaki. I could start with that. It's getting there.
I love that. The only reason I know that song's Christmas Vacation.
Oh, I played in the car. I love that
Mele
song. at Christmas.
Kalikimaka?
Yeah, but I've been listening to Yeah, you probably played it first.
No, I don't know. I'm not saying I played it first. I'm just saying, I mean, like, I play it so we know the words
Yeah,
better than
so
just what.
Griswold's sitting there looking at his imaginary pool, and they're playing that
With
song.
the girl in the hot bikini and.
It was from the jewelry store. where he was buying panties for his wife.
Oh, cool, JHE. Well, I guess I'll be listening to them now. Little big town. Oh, okay. Who did you just send me? Jim's
Yes,
cell?
Penn and Teller. That's who I was.
Perfect.
That's who I was kidding her with. I actually saw them. They were okay. They're at the Rio, which is kind of like.
You've not taken me to see them yet.
Yeah,
you saw them on a guy's
The
trip.
Rio
and
is horrible. I used to have to stay there all the time when I used to have to call on Cox.
Yeah.
Call on Cox.
Cox cable.
I told you.
Cox
I knew
cable.
it. I knew it.
Thinks Kelly does know.
You guys.
You know what? Can
That's
you cut that
hilarious.
out somewhere so we have that? I used to go there all the time when I called on Cox.
To call on Cox. Does Adam know about this?
That's how she got the job.
Talk station 630 KHOW.
All right, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Now, waterpros.net will get you pure drinking water at the kitchen sink under $1,000 fully installed. Triple filter reverse osmosis, waterpros.net. Hey, let's talk right now to Robert. Now, Robert, as I understand it, you were not feeling right on antidepressants after a few months. One night.
Well,
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, sir.
Well, I felt like I was in danger of myself, and I didn't want to be alone.
And you went to St. Anthony's, and then they
Right.
put you on a 72-hour hold. And then you were about to tell us how you got a bad experience at Medical Center of Aurora. So you were released from St. Anthony's, is that correct?
Yes, and they took me over to Medical Center of Aurora.
Okay, so they did not release you, they transferred you.
Yes.
Okay, then what happened?
I was taken into the Medical Center of Aurora on Potomac Street, and as soon as I walked in, I knew something was wrong. They took everything. They take everything from
That's
the
what they
patient.
do. That's right. That's all normal.
Okay.
It's not
Okay,
against
I've seen
you,
that.
but go ahead.
I've seen that once before, but the staff there, it's a rotating staff, rotating shift, and the majority of them are very, very rude to the patients.
I don't doubt it.
If they don't get ignored, they get talked to rudely, and that's just not right. And my personal concern is when I went through my wallet after I got out of there and I got home, they went through my wallet.
Did they take anything?
They didn't take anything, but some of the cards were in different pockets. And I went, this is not the way I rearrange my wallet. And they wouldn't give me my phone or my wallet until I got outside the door of the clinic where they are on the third floor.
And Robert,
Until I
that's
got
standard.
out.
That's standard procedure. Okay.
Okay.
Now, it's not standard. I don't know if it's standard to go through the wallet, but I do know it's standard procedure to not to give you that stuff until you're out. But I want to ask you
Right.
something, or not ask you, but make an observation. It could be they were going through your wallet because they were checking for stuff. I don't know.
Well, I'm concerned that they copied bank information.
Okay. Do you really think they did? They could have.
Well, they could have.
Yeah, they could have. Have
And
you noticed any charges on those cards?
No, I went to the bank this morning, and so far everything's okay.
How many different cards did you have, sir?
3 bank cards.
Do you know what you might want to do is put a credit freeze? Well, a credit freeze is not going to stop someone from charging on those cards like on Amazon or
No.
something. The only thing you can do there, a credit freeze will keep people from opening new credit in your name.
But he can do a fraud alert, Tom.
What will that do?
Well, if he puts a fraud alert on his credit cards, anytime someone tries to use it, it's going to be pinged, and they're going to have to give a PIN number in order for it to be authorized.
For a normal credit card?
Yes.
Really?
If he puts a fraud alert on it.
because all the credit, I understand what you're saying. A credit freeze keeps people from opening credit, but you're saying a fraud alert actually requires a PIN number to even use it.
Correct.
Like a debit card would.
Correct.
Really?
I mean, that's great advice, but I think we're overlooking that he's most likely paranoid, and he's going to see that there isn't any charges, and if there isn't any, great, and if there is, he can always call his credit card company up and get him taken care of.
And the fraud alert is free, though.
Robert, those are some of the things, and another thing we're overlooking too, he just wants to register a complaint. He thinks they were very rude.
Well, he can go to the patient. There's a patient advocate at the medical center.
In every hospital, right, Doc?
We're taking this break. Hold on. More coming up.
Do I hold on?
Please talk to him.
The annoying
Damn thing wouldn't go.
itchiness and battle just to catch your breath. If you suffer from seasonal allergies, sinusitis,
My playlist. I had no idea.
Robert, you still there?
There's not much we can do about
Okay,
the
hang on
rudeness.
for me.
Right.
I'm going to tell him that, I guess.
All right.
Man, they have a ton of songs.
Yeah,
They've been
they're a
around
band.
a long time. Mark, I listen to Wine, Beer, Whiskey. That's the only song from Little Big Town I've ever had on a playlist.
Wine, beer, whiskey.
Yeah.
You hussy.
Oh, I wonder what Trump's saying right now. If he's bitching about the fraudulent people and the judge already knows what's going on. He's a Democrat. I hope, oh man, wouldn't it be funny if he held him in contempt?
What are you
They put a
talking-
gag
now,
order on him for certain
what
shit.
is
If
he
they
doing,
hold him
Mark?
in contempt, that would be incredible. Can you imagine the Secret Service in the damn, the Secret Service in the fucking cell with him?
Mark, what is he doing?
It would be the best campaign ad ever.
What is
He's
he
got
doing?
a gag order for certain things, and he's up there
Tell him to
talking
shut
right
up.
now about the judge.
Hey, Mark, what is he
Yeah.
doing?
I think. What do you mean? What's he doing? I love every bit of it. It's free publicity.
What
It's the
is?
only way he
I'm
gets on the
asking
other
you.
news
What is he
stations.
doing? I haven't read about it.
Well, he's in court the last 3 days on a civil fraud trial where they're saying he overstated his assets.
I understand that he was in trial. I didn't know was he
before
giving
court
the
each
judge a
morning,
hard
he
time.
goes in and he bitches about the corrupt judge and the corrupt fucking DA and what pieces of shit they all are. I mean, he literally does it every day. So
Look at Trump's legal crew.
apparently yesterday the judge held him. He didn't hold him in contempt, but he put a gag order on him, and if he breaks the gag order, he'll be held in contempt. And he was just out screaming about shit, but I don't know if the gag order had anything to do with what he was talking about. But I think it would be absolutely wonderful if they put him in the can for 30 days in contempt. The problem is he couldn't be out campaigning, but he'd get more publicity. I mean, it would psych up the Republicans like crazy. Hey, George, what do you think of this, the ousting yesterday?
I actually,
He just found out about it.
Tom told me about it. I've gotten I just don't watch any.
I was there. I was right where you were about a year and a half ago. I couldn't even turn the news on for a solid 6 months.
That's me.
It just pisses him off.
You just can't.
I'm kind of glad they tossed him. You know, I'm going against the grain with most people, but they haven't done anything. You realize they have done every budget with continuing resolutions for the last 25 fucking years. I think it was Newt Gingrich and Clinton were the last ones to have a balanced budget, and all they do is kick the can down the road either 1 year or like this time, 30 days, 45 days. These assholes, I'm glad they threw him out on his ass, and I'm glad it's chaotic. And you know what? I hope in 35 days the government shuts down because I can't stand any of those assholes
we'd
on
be
either
better
side
off.
anymore.
We'd be better off if they shut down, wouldn't we?
I think we would, man. It would make them at least get together in the same room.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, think about the people we know personally that wouldn't get paid.
They
if
always get paid after that.
Not
they
one of
always
them.
do.
They won't get back pay.
Well, I don't know who
They
does.
always do when they get,
Well, not the government contractor we know. They won't get back paid.
Yeah.
That's a contractor. That's different.
Yeah.
Years ago they did.
Hell,
but-
they even get interest,
Yeah,
I think, on the
I
money.
mean, look, it's going to happen at some point.
I'd ask who, but I'd say boo-hoo.
It's gonna happen. It's gotta happen.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. If not, I mean, we're just turning into a socialist country, literally.
Right.
And that's exactly what they want. These people sitting up in Washington want the power, they want the wealth, and they want the sheep. The way to do it is you open up the fucking borders, you let everybody and their mother come in, and then basically you let crime be rampant everywhere, and then when they come to you for some free fucking bread, you give it to them and everybody's fucking happy. That's where we're fucking going.
Did you hear about Kathy Hochul in New York opening 18,000 jobs just specifically for migrants?
Yeah, that's great. And I love all the housing. We talk about homeless. Let me tell you, all these people are throwing fucking homeless right back out on this street to give, illegals, and I know you're not supposed to say that, but yeah, they're over here illegal, to give them housing. It's fucking crazy. You throw the vets, the people in Vietnam. Homeless is a huge problem, but now these people are going to be, over them, and they're not even here. How about the school districts? Now, like you said, the green cards or whatever the work permits are. It's fucking crazy.
Well, and you heard that about there's some little island off the coast of Texas that now is just overwrought with tent cities, and they do drugs. They
Oh, you mean
traffic.
Denver?
No,
Sounds
off
like-
of Texas. But yes, Denver is kind of coming down that road.
Sounds like my next vacation spot. Hey, John Fuller joins us.
It's true. It's true. He's here.
It's crazy, man. Not you, John. You're not crazy.
Oh, I've been called worse.
I bet I've been called worse than you.
I don't doubt that, Mark. Probably by me.
Oh! Hey, John, you mind if I go down to the outlet malls and shake down that bitch that hit me? John goes, that's not happening, Mark. That would be a no.
We could put that down in the hell to the no category, please.
Has anybody asked you that before, or am I the first?
No, you're the first one, Mark, of course. Violence is always the answer.
I didn't say any violence.
He said shakedown, John.
Mental shakedown.
He wanted to shake him down to the ground.
Oh, you're John Libby. You're going to U2 at the Sphere in December. We'll be there in December, but not for U2. Damn, I'm jealous. Oh.
I just can't get over it. What did you think about that, John? You don't have to chime in if you don't, but ousting the speaker.
Dumbest thing that you could have ever done.
We're on a different. I knew you'd be on a different page. You're with the majority of them.
You think it's great, wonderful, a little chaos is wonderful, a little Vivek? Are you a Vivek man?
I think it's needed.
Bullshit. It's the
think
dumbest
it's
thing you
needed.
could do.
They
Absolutely.
could have
It
voted.
absolutely.
They could have had someone waiting in the rains, though.
It absolutely puts the Dems in charge. That's dumb.
I don't think
They're
so.
already in charge. Stop.
Yeah, they're so in charge. It's crazy, man. My
Well,
God,
then-
they won't even let the front runner go out around the country because they got him held up in the court from now until the election.
My favorite speaker is Bang & Olufsen.
Hey, Mark, did you hear what Captain
Stand by.
saying about the speaker?
No, what?
Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation Salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Here to help you solve problems, answer questions, taking complaints. And this hour brought to you by Compass Insurance Group with insurance checkups to make sure you're not overinsured, underinsured, paying too much. They will tell you the truth, honest to God. All you do is call them. 303-996-9000. 303-996-9000. It can save you a lot of money most of the time. So, Robert, other than registering this complaint about rude behavior, I'm not sure what we can do about it. I'm really not, actually. Now,
Well,
I understand. Now, I just want you to know something, Robert.
Okay.
I'm not saying, by the way, this didn't happen. I'm almost sure it did happen. I've observed, not from a personal experience, but someone I know, being in one of these 3-day holds and at a similar facility, not this one, the exact same perception of rudeness, nosiness, taking stuff away. And I think it's because the patients are highly sensitized, and therefore they're just almost looking for offense, in this case of the one I observed. But I also believe that, and I'm not giving an excuse, that the staff of these places are just frankly burned out on dealing with a lot of mental health issues and emotional problems, and I think they just...
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
But I don't know what to do for you, is what I'm saying, and I'm being honest here.
No.
You called, we heard you about the rude behavior, but Deputy Doc, you talked something about a patient's advocate.
Yeah, there's always a patient advocate at every hospital and every clinic. So if you're really concerned about it, Robert, find out who the patient advocate is and make a formal complaint.
Well, one of the patients there said to one of the nurses, well, you're very rude to me. You're a very rude you-know-what, and I'm going to file a grievance. And she said, well, you go right ahead and you just do that.
Well, okay.
Of course, that's what everybody says.
Go ahead. You should do it. Robert, I understand. I truly, and I'm not just saying this to slough it off here. I do understand your frustration. I know. I do. And I think healthcare workers sometimes just get fed up, and they probably do treat people rudely. And there are people who treat them rudely. I mean, there are signs all over clinics now I never saw before, where it says, rude behavior will not be tolerated. We can refuse you service. Do not threaten staff. Don't use vulgarity. I see this all over the place. So, Robert, go ahead.
Could I say one thing? I don't blame you or anybody to say maybe I'm being paranoid about this wallet thing. Maybe I am. Who knows? But
Robert, what do we do about coulda, shoulda, woulda? What do we do about it?
If wishes were fishes, we'd all be out casting nets.
I'm just saying there's nothing we can do about it. You said your wallet was going through. We gave you precautions. That's all we can do. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Julie, what about your engine? What's going on, Julie?
Well, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. You have a 2002 Ford Escape. How many miles?
145,000.
And what about your engine?
Well, it died on me the other day. I had it towed to my mechanic, who I trust, and he told me it was an interference motor.
Okay, did your belt break?
He said that's probably what happened.
Okay, an interference motor means if the timing belt breaks, it bends things and breaks things, and usually you need a rebuilt engine.
Right, that's what he's saying. But then I'm hearing that the year of my car is not an interference motor.
Let's find out real quick. Hold on. It's going to be that easy. We're just going to find out for you. Kachina, get that information. Call Kevin Calkin. Find out if it's an interference engine or not. We'll find out very quickly. We have George with us from Fix It 24/7, the owner. Listen, I can't stress this enough. I just want to say this. Because I'm so tired of the calls when people get ripped off. I'm so tired of the calls when people buy a furnace they don't need. I'm so tired of the calls when people pay for what's called a furnace check, and it means nothing. Now, I don't want to diss any company. I don't want to diss them. But when they charge for a furnace check, it really doesn't mean anything. A furnace check from most companies means nothing. They look for something wrong or something that apparently might be wrong so they can sell you something. That's bottom line, okay? What Fix It does is not a check. They go in, and I call it a refurbishment. It's an extreme clean. Now, you might think, well, why do I need a clean furnace? George, why do they need a clean furnace? Bottom line, why do they need a clean furnace? Let's just put that right out there. When we say extreme clean, and by the way, normally it would cost hundreds of dollars, and they're doing it for $39, and I think that's a few days of coffee. $39 for new customers, by the way. But why clean? Why do you stress extreme clean and not check?
First off, we do it for $139.
For new customers, it's $39 today.
We're actually going to do it for $21 today. For new clients, if they've never had it done. The only reason why we do that, we lose money on that.
Of course,
we really we don't make money on
because there's no service call on top of that.
On $139. Like, the only reason we even do that is just to do the right thing, and we hope the client's always going to use us and nobody else. When they see what we do, that's typically what happens.
No, of course they do. They see it and they go, "My God, I can't believe this." So how much today if they call in?
$21 if they call and schedule it.
For new customers, never had it done, $21.
Yeah, it won't be done today.
It doesn't have to be done. It doesn't have to be done today, but they can get it if they call and reserve that price.
Right. And the reason why you do this is because, Tom, look, dirt is the #1 killer of furnace and air conditioners. So all throughout, you're
See,
using
people
this
don't
thing
know that.
every day.
They think it's just a cleaning. They think they don't understand that dirt is more than dirt.
Right. They only see the outside of the cabinet, right? And by the way, when another company does it, they wipe the outside of the cabinet. That's about it. That's about all they clean. And here's a tip, Tom. Like, you say other people call it a check. They could even call it a tune-up. About 10 years ago, people started getting in trouble when they would use the word clean and check because they didn't actually clean. So now you'll see that nobody, unless they do it, nobody does it. So they don't say clean and check. They don't say cleaning. The word clean is not in the promotion because they don't do it. And so I would get in trouble. We would get
if you said it and didn't do it. Yeah, right.
If we didn't do it.
Right.
And so people that have seen what we do, we actually pull out the blower motor. And even when you're running your AC or furnace, like right now, this is the best time of year, Tom, to get your furnace done because all summer you were actually using your furnace and blower motor,
and that
even
blower
when
motor.
your AC was going, right? So every day when this is running, it's caking up dirt, dust, debris on the blower motor, for example.
Not just the fins, but the motor and the bearings.
Everything. Right, we clean everything,
which traps heat.
But the motor's important because it cakes up dirt on it. It traps the heat in. A seal ends up breaking if you don't get this clean. Then it's leaking oil over time, and then it's going to seize up, and you're going to have a bunch of problems. And you're going to probably end up replacing your system. Somebody's going to tell you got to replace it.
And that's not the only place you clean.
No. That's just an example. I mean, so that's an important place, right? Because, the thing's costing you more utilities. It's going to cause you more problems. That's one of the most expensive repairs that you'll end up having. But, I'm not going to sit here and go over that.
But the burners too.
We actually have a 39-point checklist of things that we clean in. And we do tune up and we do make sure everything's working right.
I saw you guys.
The cleaning is the important part.
You cleaned around the burners. You cleaned around the valves. You cleaned around the igniters.
Everything.
That's important.
Everything. All of it. Yeah. I mean, because if you lose a connection, dirt and grime is what makes a connection break. It's what makes something stop working.
The micro switches, you're right, everything. So you don't understand. For $39, it's a steal because it's normally $139, which is still cheap. If other companies actually did it, would be hundreds. So today, if you call, you can reserve the price of $21. Unbelievable. I mean, come on. What is that? 3 or 4 coffees? And you get the clean bill of health, and you get a clean system, and you extend the life. And that's for sure. So here's where you call. 720-526-3939, 720-526-3939. You have to call today to reserve that price of $21. It doesn't have to be done today. 720-526-3939. I was giving out Kevin Calkins' number because I had to ask him a question. So, Kevin, while you're on, I want to ask you this question. Is it an interference engine or not on our 2002 Ford Escape, or as Nemo would say, Escape?
Escape, yeah.
Oh, no, actually, Dory said that. 2002 Ford Escape with 142,000 miles. She thinks the timing belt broke and ruined her engine. Is it an interference engine?
Most likely, yes.
If it is, what happens when the belt breaks?
Well, the pistons keep moving up and down when you're cranking or when the engine's moving, but the valves stay open from the top. So in other words, you have a valve hanging down, a piston will come up and hit it, and bend the valves.
So it could literally ruin her engine?
Yes. Yeah, very easily.
With a broken belt, a broken timing belt, and an interference engine, is it always Does it always need an engine rebuild, basically?
Doesn't necessarily need an engine rebuild, but you start pushing that 140, 150, on the mileage, 140,000 miles. You really don't want to do a valve job. You may not get the value out of it.
In other words, why spend all that time and money if you're not going to go through the engine?
Sure. Yeah, you're better off going through the motor at that point or just getting something else.
Julie, do you understand that? What he's saying is even if it didn't get all the way to the bottom of the engine, by the time it's not even worth it with 142,000 miles on that small engine. It's not worth it to just do the top.
Just to do a valve job, yeah.
Well, he quoted me 35. He didn't know off the top of his head, 3,500 for a new engine.
Well, hold on. That's not. No, he'll never get you a new engine for 3,500. Does he mean a used engine that he puts in for you to replace it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess that would be around that price, I suppose.
Because a new engine is going to be more like 7,000.
Right. Right.
It's a worthless car. I wouldn't put anything into it.
Well, you haven't seen the car, though. It's beautiful.
I'm just talking what it's worth, though, like insurance-wise. It's a 2002 Ford. I mean, what's the value of that?
Is it in great shape?
It's in excellent shape. Excellent.
So, have you had the transmission done?
It's a 5-speed.
Kevin, what's the lifespan on those?
Forever. Yeah, the 5-speed, you really don't have any issues other than a clutch.
Okay. So, bottom line is this. If you spend $3,500, what will you get? That's what you have to now make sure you make, when he quoted that, what kind of engine is he going to find? It's not going to be rebuilt. Just keep that in mind. It's going to be a used engine.
Right.
So, if it has a lot of miles on it, you don't want it.
Right. Yeah, I understand.
You got to watch the warranty, too.
Yeah.
You need a minimum 12 warranty.
I'm the second owner, and this car was just babied.
Julie, if you love it, then do you trust this mechanic?
Well, I do, but I am looking around because.
Then Kevin Calkin, do you do this kind of work, Kevin, where you would remove and replace with another used engine?
Sure, if we can find a good used engine, that's the only thing. If certain suppliers will use certain ones, we won't. But if we can find the right.
I definitely would check him out. Thank you for calling, Julie. His number is 303-455-7242, 455-7242. SheridanAutotech.com. More coming up.
Yep.
Soon, you'll know Centura Health by a new name, Common Spirit Health. But you already know who we are, passionate people who are here to treat, welcome, and support you.
You've got this.
Centura is becoming Common Spirit, and you'll continue to find incredible care and caregivers at these and other formerly Centura Health hospitals and clinics. St. Anthony, Ortho Colorado, St. Anthony North, and Longmont United Hospitals. Learn more at Centura.org.
You often hear me talk about John Fuller with personal injury law, and I say an emphasis on personal because we're not kidding when we say you get his cell phone number to call and text at any time, and he takes each and every case. So, okay, let's just say it. Is the service better than the big firms? John,
Hey, I like to think so. Let me tell you a story, Tom. Yesterday I went to a small business that I've been doing business with for over 15 years, and the hourly employee that I interacted with completely ruined that relationship, and I will never, ever set foot in that business again.
Wow.
And so I'm a small business owner myself, and I don't ever want a situation to happen to where one of my clients doesn't have direct access to me. And so for over 20 years, my personal cell number has been on my business card, and I am always available to take a call in the event that we've ever failed to live up to the expectations of a client. And I mean that sincerely, and it hardly ever happens that somebody needs to call me directly. But nonetheless, it's so important to me that we have that communication and outreach available, and I just think that's the proper way to do business. So, yes, I feel like we give a lot better service, we're accessible to our clients, and we get great outcomes.
Now, John, out of curiosity, do you get repeat business, or is it mainly referrals?
Well, no, we get both repeat business and then referrals from prior clients. So both. When a prior client thinks so highly of us that they are willing to refer us to their friends and family, that's the best compliment that somebody can give us.
John Fuller, Fuller Law. You can find him at referralist.com. Also, his website, myaccidentlawyer.co, and definitely give him a call and notice the difference. 303-597-4500, 303-597-4500. Hey, let's talk about another kind of service, floor coverings. I love Simply Floors, Inc. for a number of reasons. First, they have the experts available. Buddy and Karen Mitchell and crew, they know their floor coverings. Whether you're talking about luxury vinyl planking, or you're talking about carpeting, engineered floors of any kind like laminates, or you're talking about solid hardwoods, all from Proximity Mills. They have great deals. Whether it's your dream home or your fix and flip or anything in between. And the best installers in the business, simplyfloorsinc.com, 303-731-5380. Become the Banker is a strategy that Joe Chiano has been pushing for years, and it really works. Now, in addition to the fixed index annuities he does, they have guaranteed no losses ever and income for life. Become the Banker is a very conservative safe plan. For just a few $100 a month, you can put a nest egg away that you can borrow from through the years, pay yourself back, gather a nest egg for retirement, and never pay tax on it. Find out more. BecomeTheBanker.org or give them a call, 303-779-6600, 779-6600.
They were like,
thank you.
Night. They think they were supposed to leave yesterday afternoon, and she texted. It's always something. She texted that last night. Well, we're still in Georgia.
Hey, Tom.
Yes.
That car is worth $900 if it was running. $900.
I know.
She can go buy a 2002 Ford Escape for $900. Why in any world would you think to put $3,600 into?
I would never.
Okay.
Never. Ever. This woman was hell-bent on doing it. Hell-bent.
I got the O&E on this lady. There was a quitclaim deed I'm digging into on.
Uh-oh. From who to who?
I'm looking. I just got it. Lord have mercy. God, man, their mortgage. In 2018, somehow American Liberty Mortgage. Federal tax lien in the amount of $8,000. Maybe he did it because of the... Oh, my God, it's so funny. The Colorado quitclaim actually talks about genders now.
What?
That's fucking unbelievable.
What are you talking about?
It says the singular number shall include the plural, the singular, and the use of any gender shall be applicable to all genders. That's in the fucking...
All of them? All of them.
I think it's yes. City and County of Denver, at least.
Not that rubbing stuff together isn't a blast, but God, let up.
Now, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. And we have a medical insurance question from Chris. Chris, welcome.
First thing I want to say is I have nothing against the UC Health or anything like that, but I do have a question about what was billed to our insurance versus what the hospital price index says. And I guess my question is, the difference in the price there is about $700.
Now, wait a minute. You actually have a price list from the hospital that shows one price, and they billed your insurance $700 more.
That's correct.
That should not happen.
That's what I thought. Now, and the price list actually gives you the code. You put the code in, you put in your medical insurance, and it gives you the price, the gross charge price, the payer allowed amount, the cash discount. The cash discount, by the way, is about 55% less than the actual cost. Again, I'm not complaining about any of that part. My question is, should they have billed my insurance more than the amount that they say they would bill?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know any excuse for it. Now, they can bill less with negotiated rates, but if they have a price list you're talking about under the new transparency law.
I am.
They have to, if I was the insurance company, I don't understand. Would the insurance company likely enter into a contract with UC Health saying, by the way, you can charge us more?
I wouldn't.
Now, are you saying more than the cash amount or more than the, in other words, if you paid overtime as opposed to them paying overtime, it's not fair to compare the cash price.
No. So I'll just give you the numbers. I actually sent this in to Kelly, but
and what's the procedure?
It's a CT scan, abdomen scan with contrast.
The CT scan was how much on their price list?
On the price list, it's $6,299.72.
So if you were to self-pay...
Wait, is that with or without contrast?
That's with contrast.
Okay.
So if you were to self-pay, it would cost you that much if you were billed.
No, if I was to self-pay with a cash discount...
I didn't ask that. I said if you were to be billed and self-pay, you would pay that price you just gave me.
That is correct.
If you cash paid, you'd pay 40% less or 50% less?
Yeah, it's $25.19.
Wow. Okay. So what did they charge your insurance?
They charged my insurance $7,061.79.
$700 more. Did you ask UC Health why they did that?
No, I haven't gone that far. I wanted to find out, first of all, there's some disclaimer at the bottom of the price index, and it says, if they experience complications or if they have, all this blah, blah, blah stuff that about, if there's any problems. There were no issues. It was an in.
Let me ask you something. What is the insurance company?
It's United Healthcare.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Would you please let us know when you find out?
I will. I'll be happy to. I just wanted to know if you thought that was something.
I cannot think of a reason. Normal. The only thing I can think of is charging them less because of negotiated prices. I honest to God, cannot tell you why. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Don't forget, fix it 24/7 for today only. Until what time? What's the deadline, George, for calling in?
6 p.m.
Okay, from now till 6 p.m., if you call for the extreme clean and tune of your furnace, I'm going to explain this to you. It's only for today you can reserve the price of $21. That's
if you've never done it. If you've already had this done before, you don't get $21.
Right.
So don't get mad. Some people call in and get all mad. They do.
No. It's got to be for a new customer who's never had this done, or a customer. Could it be a customer of yours that's never had it done?
Yeah, just as long as we've never done this service.
As long as you've never had this done before, they will do it for you for $21. This is an extreme clean, so you're not going to get a better one. And you'll never get this price. Even at $39, it's a steal, which they do on special. But if you were to have it done by them, it would be $139 outside of this special. And by the way, other companies would charge way more than that. So here's the number, 720-526-3000. 3939, 720-526-3939. You got to call before 6. Listen, $21, are you kidding me? You know, I mean, and this is for peace of mind through the winter. Get it done now before the rush.
Yeah, we guarantee it won't break down this winter or it's free.
Yeah.
So
720-526-3939.
Very nice.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
We're back to calm driving throughout the Denver Metro with a couple minor complaints out there to occupy your late morning commute. I-25 southbound are seeing speeds in the 40s and 50s into downtown between I-70 and Spear. Northeast of there, I-270 westbound, some stop-and-go traffic through Commerce City at Vasquez. Further east, I-70 westbound, watch out for some slow traffic between Havana and Central Park Boulevard. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. Box 31, pinpoint weather, fair skies, partly cloudy as the day goes on, with a high of 69. Nice and cool to start off the autumn months. Overnight low of 43. Tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, even cooler with a high of 67. The current temperature in Denver is 60 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 K-House.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Since 2010, Blindster has sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters to satisfied customers across the country with 20,000 five-star reviews and an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. Custom blinds at low prices and free shipping. Blindster.com.
Harris Family Law has a webinar tonight, free of charge. I'm going to tell you how to find out about it, but more important than that, I'm going to tell you how to watch any and all of their previous webinars that are neatly indexed on their website. Now, why is this important? Because they cover almost every aspect of family law, divorce and custody and separation and maintenance, child support, whatever you need, they have most likely covered. So I want you to go to the website right now and find out more. It is harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars, harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars. Now, when you walk into a home and you want to see that finishing touch, you look at floors and window coverings. And let me recommend Made in the Shade for your window coverings. Wonderful company, Made in the Shade. You know what I love about them? They have the expertise to pick the right stuff for your house with a designer, and they'll help you. Plus, they measure every opening free of charge and then give you an estimate. And then when you decide to go with them, they have all the major brands, all the major warranties, plus their installation team and their installation warranty. Made in the Shade. DenverShades.co, 720-458-6566, 720-458-6566.
This is Dan.
Very
How much
nice.
time do I have?
I'm so sorry. 3.5.
What happened to 4-minute breaks, bro?
Golly, what's wrong with your colon today? You need all these breaks.
It's not my colon.
All right, maybe. Your exclamation mark.
Remote, which means the only way we can talk through them is through IFB, which Shannon has control over. But during the breaks right now, if I go like this, you can hear all the banter.
Shannon did me a solid last night. I owe you big for that. For letting Ryan go yesterday.
Come on.
That was solid.
Just because
so
it was
3 minutes. You want to go meet Mark? And
Yeah.
Here.
Who's here?
Oh, cut it out.
Who are we talking to?
I brought Brad a real Cuban party guest from Tampa.
What is what?
How you doing, my friend?
Oh, you are a saint. That's happening today. This just in. Yeah, I'm almost one a day right now, but I just the worst crap, like $5
Well,
cigars.
my problem is
George
I
is here and he says his.
All
They're
right,
$20 a stick.
We only have 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, and I want you to meet Mark.
Hey, listen.
You see how they treat
I
me?
forgot to
2.5.
She's bringing someone in. I'm not sure who.
Why?
I don't know. Meet us.
Bored up?
All right, incoming. Look out in there. Kelly's got a friend.
This is Mark. This is the guy I told you
Hi,
about.
I'm David.
This is
Hey,
Hutch.
David. How you
Well,
doing?
actually, his nickname is Hutch, and you guys are like brothers from another mother.
That's right.
He's Ryan's best childhood friend.
Oh, cool.
Hi, I'm David.
Oh, cool.
Nice to meet you. Hi,
Yes,
Suzanne.
Deputy Doc.
Where'd you guys grow up?
I live in Tampa.
Okay, you still do.
Yeah.
Where'd you know Hubby?
Well, his family and my family go back to like his grandfather and my grandfather were in World War II together.
In Tampa?
No, in Michigan. So
okay.
Our families go back a long way.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
He's a little hungover from the tool show.
I'm just gonna keep going.
I see you're working on that.
Tool was in town?
Walks in with the avalanche. Did you see that?
No, what was it? Oh, a beer?
Yeah,
Nice.
he's sucking down a beer.
Hell yeah. It is Wednesday.
And it is 11. It's past 11:30.
It's almost noon.
You were almost at the halfway mark.
Yeah, we're just saying it because we're jealous.
He's
That's all.
visiting Ryan for the week.
From Michigan.
He lives in
So
Tampa
you
now.
guys going to be out next week?
That's
Wednesday.
just funny as shit.
Next
We
week?
leave.
Oh, we lost a caller.
Can you imagine walking around during a
Week
White
from
House
today.
tour and you got a solo cup filled with whiskey?
God bless.
Why not, right?
Elvis had a
And
gun
you're
in his
going to be gone
boot.
from Wednesday for how long?
2.5 weeks.
Wow. In Hawaii?
Last time we
Yeah,
were
we're
looking
doing
for
2
a
islands.
we almost didn't come back.
I got to take care
Well,
of
the
this.
only
when's
reason
Tom-
we came
and
back
when
were
is
because
Tom going to be gone?
Tom's just gone tomorrow and Friday.
Oh, okay. Where's
Yeah.
he going? California?
I think so, but I honestly
Arizona,
have no
somewhere,
idea.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
5.
So I guess I won't be going to his home. I'll be here Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
Here, yeah, come in
Yeah, no,
Thursday,
I'm just
this
kidding.
Thursday and Friday for sure. Tomorrow
Yeah.
and Friday. Monday,
no
everybody's
Tom?
in studio. I've got 2 guests and a
Are
comic.
we here, Yeah,
we'll
we're
be
here.
Good afternoon.
we'll be
Thanks
full
for calling
Monday.
the Tom Martino
But
Show.
then
How
after
can I help
that,
you?
buy and build. Let's see here.
Well, I can go to Tom's on
Hate
Monday.
to do it, but here we go.
No, Tom will be here too.
Oh, okay.
I'm coming in Monday, right? Denver's Talk Station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Debbie, I hate talking about this problem. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. And I came across this the other night. And what's going on, Debbie?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so it's hard for me as well. We have lived in a nice house for 18 years in Colorado Springs, up in Peregrine. Our back is the Air Force Academy. We bought it from a builder. It's 25 years old. He lived in it, and then we bought it from him.
Wow.
We have battled. We decided we're going to remodel. It's a rancher. So we decided to stay, and we're going to remodel. And so we have battled mice the whole 18 years in our furnace room downstairs. We have traps permanently, and my husband has pretty much taken care of it, but like back in 2017.
Now, so it's been an ongoing problem?
Yes, sir.
Then it's your area. You know that, right?
Yes, yes. And I've talked to our neighbors, and yes, they all have issues like this. But here's what happened. So I've paid quite a bit of money over the years for companies to come out and do a lot of things to the house. Still,
how bad is it, Debbie? Give me an example.
Okay, well, here's the bottom line that I finally, my husband and I put in the white flag, and we need help. Well, Labor Day weekend, the grill outside on our deck must have attracted pack rats.
Ugh.
So and we in this nice area, we got like pack rats running around our deck.
How big are they?
Outside. So they were pretty big.
Oh.
And my husband bought online. He bought these things and put them out there.
What things?
And
Are
it
they
was
traps or
it was a war.
noisemakers or what?
No, it's like little poison, like blocks.
Right.
And that did it. I mean, after a couple of weeks, I'm finding them on the driveway dead. Pack rats. So
By the way, I never even knew there was a real pack rat. I just thought there were rats, and pack rat is what you call a person who hoards. But anyway, there are things actually called pack rats?
Yes. The critter companies and that said yes. They're in our area too. Yes.
Ew.
But we've never had them ever in the whole time, 18 years until Labor Day. So then we finally thought we got rid of them, which I believe we really did. However, I don't know if what happened is we had a snake, a bull snake in our furnace room over the weekend.
My God, you just got the regular animal kingdom.
Yeah, that's good. They eat mice.
Well, the bull snake is there because there's so many rats and mice.
Right.
Well, so of course we're like panic city because we have 3 grown daughters living in Denver, but one of them and her husband and their dog was here over the weekend, and the snake is in our furnace room, and we don't know it.
I was looking at it on YouTube.
So Sunday we discover it. And so I was on the phone calling everywhere. No one, of course, answers or can help us on a Sunday. So finally got a guy who did come out Monday. And
How'd you find the guy? How'd you find the guy?
My neighbor. I called my neighbor who continually has maintenance.
So you have mice, pack rats, and snakes. So what is the recommendation?
Well, first, so here's what I'm calling to ask you all is we're doing a major remodel, and now I'm kind of like, should we move? I'm like, my husband and I are terrified.
Well,
and
I'm going to tell you this, Debbie. Listen, when I said I had a problem, I'm talking about a couple of mice freaked me out. And what really freaks me out is when you put down traps, and even, oh God, I just hate the idea something's inside that trap, even the ones that are covered. I just can't stand, I don't know, there's nothing that creeps me out more than mice. I don't know why. I mean, it just creeps me out.
Tom, how did you keep mice? This is so logical, and I brought this up so many times. How did you keep mice out of your massive horse barn?
Okay, and there lies the solution I was going to tell you. I had a barn, and we never had mice problems, and I had a house, a huge house in the country, never had mouse problems because of cats. Now, cats are the only solution I have ever found. In the barn, we had cats. Now, the problem with barn cats, and it really breaks my heart, is the jerks never, ever know how to protect themselves from coyotes. Once in a while, if you get some really good feral cats, they know how to do it. The house cat you keep in the house. I mean, it's just a fact of life. Mark, don't you guys have cats?
Yup, and not one mice ever out there in the middle of the woods.
But Mark, you don't let your house cats out because they would die, right?
That is right. They have died, but that is correct. They do not go outside. But we do have one cat. We don't have it anymore, but we did. And it was outside all the time, and it decided to hang out in our barn a lot.
Yeah, there are cats that are mean enough and big enough or small enough even to hide. There are some cats that manage to live without being attacked by coyotes. I don't know how they do it because coyotes are a big, 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 big problem. But cats in a house, I don't know what it is. And Mark just told you, they don't have any mice, and they're out in the country where I used to be. Here's the deal. I think mice can sense that there are cats in the house. I really do. And just their presence keeps them away. But they have to be, now wait a minute, there are a couple cats that were deadbeats we had. You know, they got to earn their keep. And that doesn't mean you don't feed them. You got to feed them too. But what I mean is there are some just cats that are the most excellent mousers in the world. But I don't know what to do. I really don't.
Hey, can I make a suggestion, Tom?
Cats.
Hey, Tom.
What?
Debbie, let me make a suggestion. If you go on YouTube, you will see some really ingenious mouse traps that will trap 40 or 50 mice in one day. They're very simple traps to make, and basically it'll show you how to entice them into this bin, which is just a garbage can, and you'll see 30 or 40 mice getting killed in one day.
I could not even handle
Well,
cleaning
I guess
that up.
here's my big question.
Well, the other thing is
All right, go ahead, Debbie. Go ahead.
Okay, so my question is, so this critter man came and he put these big sticky things in the furnace room door.
Yeah, the sticky things where they go on and they can't get off, right?
They work.
Yeah.
George was telling me about those. So that means that you have to walk in and see these things stuck to it, right?
Yeah, but then they'll attract. We use those at the Goodyear stores in the warehouse section. Oh my God, do they work? You just throw them down. You walk in the next morning. There's like 4 or 5 of these little mice stuck to each.
But I don't want to see it.
And they're cheap. Well,
my husband's gonna deal with it, not me.
But you're still going back to the same thing. They're still going to keep coming in. You got to constantly use them.
Okay, is there a way to keep them out? Is what she's asking.
Cats.
Well, no, and my question is,
get more snakes.
Do we get a foundation company? Like they're coming in somehow.
No, you don't get a foundation company. You don't, Debbie. You get a good exterminator. They know where to look.
Okay.
They will plug up the holes. They know where to look. They know. I don't know why, but they know. Hey, listen, we got to get an exterminator. We've had so many calls about pests. Is Paul around at Black Widow? Let's ask him if he knows anything.
And Brian on 2's got some info.
Brian, go ahead, Brian. What do you have to say?
Hello, Tom. I'm in the profession. I've been in it for 15 plus years. I deal with a lot of mice and rat
What
issues.
profession are you in general?
Both animal and pest control.
Okay.
Okay. We deal with wild animals and we deal with wild rodents. I just came out of Netherlands a few minutes ago, and I'm dealing with pack rats and of course mice in people's homes. Yes, the key is to seal up the holes. I go around with flashlights. I get on my belly. I crawl in crawl spaces. I do all that good stuff, and I seal up holes as I can see them. But a good route is, in fact, a cat. The cat will determine where they're actually coming in and out of. They'll be sitting there and they'll stare at that area, and then it's your turn to go in.
I got to interrupt here. Anybody in the world that grew up on Tom and Jerry, that's exactly what happens. The damn cat hangs out at the mouse hole.
Yep, exactly. I see it all the time. But here's the other problem that people fail to do, is they feed their cats too much. They'll sit there and they'll give them a plate of food all day long. So cats don't care. What you have to do is you have to feed them once a day, and then they'll find the rest of their food. And that's when they go.
Now, Brian, let me ask you something. Let's say they don't get a cat, because George jokingly said he'd rather have mice than a cat. But
I wasn't joking.
Okay. But I love cats, but here's what I want to know, Brian. Is there a way without a cat, like for you, to eradicate this woman's problem? You heard her talking. Is there a way to get rid of her problem?
There is, and the primary way, unfortunately, is if on the exterior, it's very difficult. All you can do is put bait stations up and hope that they will come to it and feed off of them and eventually die. And then it'll curb the population, but they will continue to come because that's what they do. Inside the house, that's what we do. We don't just put bait stations out. We actually look for the holes. We find it. We go to the garages. We tear things out. Yesterday I did a full basement seal up out in Reunion, and it took me about 3 hours, but I feel I got all the holes.
All right, hold on. I'm going to come right back. We got to talk about this.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Thanks, sorry.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Is sponsored by Blinds.
Little sloppy, but I like it.
Hey, what was the woman's name with the hearing aids? If you can ask Kachina.
What?
The woman with the hearing aids. Oh, shut up.
It's a hearing aid joke. Vicky.
Heading out east to the DIA area, Pena Boulevard southbound, some stop and go around 56th. Over on the west end of town, 6th Avenue westbound. Looks like we've got some unusual slowdowns on the off-ramp to I-70 westbound. No word of an accident, but of course we'll keep you updated. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, fair skies at the moment, partly cloudy throughout the rest of the day with a high of 69, overnight low 43. The current temperature is 65 degrees with your impact traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 K-House.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer over 50 different custom window treatments, including faux wood blinds and shutters, all at prices less than retail. Plus, we'll send you free samples before you buy. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Hey, let's talk about American Restoration 24/7. You may jokingly ask, can they handle pests? Well, they don't get rid of the pests, but they actually have been called to homes to restore the house after a major like squirrel or rodent infestation. They can also do, of course, black mold, and they can do, help you with that, or asbestos, or fires, or floods, broken pipes, freezes, whatever it is. American Restoration 24/7, no joke. They work with insurance companies. They know how to restore your property, get rid of dangerous substances. And here's the bottom line. They are honest. And in this industry of restoration, there aren't many great companies. Rock and his team, people I trust in my home, and I recommend him to friends and neighbors. American Restoration 24/7, 8337 AM REST, 8337 AM REST, or amrest247.com. The Art of Granite, I believe in them when it comes to doing your countertops in a beautiful, direct, easy to understand way. First and foremost, you get a price on the phone. Secondly, you can buy anything, anywhere at wholesale on their account, because wholesale for all materials, tear out and haul away is free, and the bathroom vanity's free when you do the kitchen, or you can opt for a kitchen sink. Here's what you do. Give them a call right now and get an idea of what it's going to cost you, whether it's granite or any other stone, natural stone, engineered stone, man-made material. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919. TheArtOfGranite.com.
Burning.
Thank you.
Isn't it next to the sheriff's office? That must be the DMV. Okay. Arapahoe and
Looks like it's in that strip mall.
3.5 if you needed to know.
Ollie.
Everything I do.
Wait, so you go down Arapahoe.
It's going to be on the right.
5120 East Arapahoe? What's the
Oh no, this is on the other side of 25. This is on the
What's the address?
5120 East Arapahoe. It's on the west side of I-25, not the south side, not down by Walmart and stuff.
This is by that brewery that sucks.
Yeah, basically.
Or now it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Actually,
it's by Kaiser.
Kinda, yeah. Yeah, the Path Penny and all that is what it looks like. Oh my God, I'm glad I saw that.
I don't see DMV in this damn.
I see Colorado driver's license is what I see.
Okay, good.
You're looking for the DMV?
Yeah, I see it.
It's a driver's license. What's it next to? Sherwin-Williams? What?
For years I've been wanting to do this.
I don't know.
Do you have Waze or Google Maps on your phone?
We're gonna get George there a few cats for Christmas.
George is getting cats for Christmas to go with those cute puppies of his.
Yeah, those little dogs need friends.
I'm gonna steal those puppies. They're adorable.
I did. I did all the graphics, everything. I love doing this. And here's the scene. Yeah, you have it. I just love doing this. So this is not
Did you look at the email I sent you or not, Thomas? Probably not. Whenever you get a chance, the O&E has been sitting there. The cone of silence. You know what? Maybe none of us should talk.
Lower the cone of silence. Would you believe?
Cone of silence.
Maybe we should all shut up.
What do you guys need to go to the DMV for?
Because Mark left his wallet at the airport.
Oh, yeah, that's
over the
right.
weekend. And now, we're on crunch here.
Yeah, to try to get before Hawaii.
Well, he has a passport, and he has his digital ID, but we don't know if, Hawaii will accept that for renting a car. If not, I'm going to end up renting the car, which isn't a huge deal, but just...
I got a little hassle in Oregon with my Colorado app thing.
Yeah, a lot of
we cannot accept a photo. It's not a photo.
Yeah, I know. They don't know that.
They still do. No, they would still do SEO.
I said our governor's husband invented this app. Be respectful.
But for the money
So Shannon also does all of the Colorado Buffaloes
Hey,
games. So
here
he
we
goes
go.
on the team
Here we
plane and
630 K-How.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. Wow, what do you do about mice in the home? Debbie, listen, we're running out of time, but I would call, did you get Brian's number? You better have Kachina.
No.
You didn't, Kachina, did you get Brian's number?
Knows who he is.
I think it's Brian the Prairie Dog guy. I have his info.
Yeah.
Wait, is he a guy? He's not on a referral list, is he?
He's just a friend of the show, Tommy. He's a friend of the show.
Okay, let's give the number to Debbie, and let's start there. Okay? And then
Okay,
Debbie,
perfect. Okay. I'm
just
gonna
see
give
what
her Paul's number,
happens.
too.
Just get a consultation from this guy. We got more coming up. Don't forget, Fix It 24/7. Just $21 if you reserve the price today for your complete furnace refurbishment. 720-526-3939.
Bigger is not always better. With car accidents, I don't want a giant firm where I'm just a number. That's why I use John Fuller as my accident lawyer on my radio show. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino, and I know you don't want to be just a number either. So call John Fuller, and you'll notice the difference right away. John handles each and every case personally. You get his personal cell phone number and attention. Let my accident lawyer be your accident lawyer at myaccidentlawyer.co for Colorado. myaccidentlawyer.co. Get a free evaluation of your case, and if you choose Fuller Law, you only pay a small fee when you win. John believes each and every client is important, not just the giant cases. He knows you need answers, you need advice, you need action. Don't wait in line.
Figure out which
where
one
you're
it
not
is.
just a
Brian.
number. 303-597-4500.
What time is it?
597-4500. myaccidentlawyer.co.
Yeah, we're buds. Let's see here. Sorry for the late. We have been a holler and return live. Got your voice. If you still need help, we can get you on the show. Trying to find. Mark can replace his DL online, Jerome says.
No, I can't.
Jerome, we've looked everywhere.
We're still looking for
we
Brian's
could
number.
not
Is
find
this
where he can
number
replace
that
it.
let me see. What is your number?
Oh, God, now I've got to find Brian. Where?
Seven 651-1149. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to text you. This is your cell phone, I assume? Okay, I will text you as soon as we get Brian's number, but go ahead and start
I
with
think
Black
I
Widow.
deleted it, Kelly. Damn it.
Yes. Yes, yes. It's like he calls himself
Mobile
Brian the Prairie Dog guy.
Kelly, I got to see if this is it. Maybe I have him in my...
I'll text you his number. Okay, no problem. Thank you. My name's Kelly. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Kelly? Hey, Kelly? I don't think she can hear me.
Archie. This is Ryan's childhood friend. He's here visiting for the week, and he's just came in to work because he's probably bored.
Archived, maybe? You might be under archived. Here it is. I found it. Yep. Yep, it is. Okay. Ooh, I found it. I better save his number. Shoot.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Sure, absolutely. Hang on one moment for me, sir. Good morning. Thanks so much for calling the Tom Martino Show. How can I help you?
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
Yes. Well, we have our own exterminator on the referral list, and we're trying to find the current number for him.
I got it.
So if you want to give me your number, I can call you back with that.
Hey, Kelly.
Or I can give you Black Widow Exterminator.
Should have been from the beginning, but again, I did.
No, that's not Brian.
Hey, Kelly, it's on the screen.
Yeah, but they still do, Black Widow Exterminator still do rodents. Once I find it, we have about 3 different numbers for him right now, so we're trying to figure out which one is the most current. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, Brian. Okay, here we go. 303-588-8725.
Blah, 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 blah.
Found
Yep.
it.
All right, I'm going to work. Let me see.
Brian, the prairie dog guy.
Friendly reminder,
Okay.
everybody's got their phone on silent.
Nope. I'm convinced I blocked mine.
All right.
Hello, thanks for calling
I
the
was
Tom
told
Martino
actually
Show.
if it's
So you
on
said that
silent,
you
it still
needed some help?
goes.
It's still going to make noise?
That's what someone said.
Oh.
Who just came in and said that? What's his name? I forget.
A-Rod.
A-Rod?
A-Rod.
I'm sorry, one more time, sir. It's really hard to understand you. Do you have me on a speakerphone or something? We don't do off-air cases, sir. Oh,
We don't do off-air cases.
Unless
right,
if they're
and that
looking to
is the number
spend
that we line up
a lot of money.
Millions of dollars.
If they won the lottery and
Now
need
I'm
to know
turning
who
my
to give
phone
it
off.
to.
I'm such a rule follower. I'm turning my phone off. I couldn't live with myself if
that
it went
number
off.
is available 24 hours a
Got
day
people in
to leave a message, and then we will call you back to schedule a time to be on the show.
But you leave yours on. Let's see if they go off.
I am leaving mine.
303
I know.
Martino.
I'm just a rule follower. I riding the straight and
unfortunately, that's the point.
narrow.
We're supposed to leave our phones on so that we can
Okay, but you're
see if
calling
it
in right
works.
now,
Yeah,
and
but-
we're available.
Mark and
We
I
have a
got
line
the code
open. Is there
red
something
this
that you need
morning.
help
Is that
with?
what it is? Code red? We got ours from Douglas County.
10 seconds.
Ours is
Salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by my favorite in plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, the $39 people. And I mean that as a deal, but today it's a steal because for $21, if you call and preserve this price today till 6 o'clock, you get the extreme clean and tune for your furnace. Now listen, this is not a come-on. It's the only one I've ever seen that truly gets the dirt out, truly lets the furnace breathe, spin, and take in air and heat efficiently. It'll extend the life of your furnace. They're not trying to sell you something $21. You'll never do better. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. Now, listen, let's go to the phones. George is with me, by the way, if you want to talk to him about that or anything else. In fact, Rodney has a question about a furnace servicing in Colorado Springs. Let's talk to Rodney. Rodney, what is your question on furnaces? I got George with me, so it's a great day to call. What's going on, man?
But they don't work Colorado Springs.
Well,
do they have a company?
It doesn't matter. We can give you sound advice, and we do have people that work down there. So what is your question, sir?
What company can I use to get a good furnace cleaning like he does?
Smith
Okay, you know
Plumbing,
what?
Heating, cooling, and electric.
Wait, who, Mark?
Smith.
Does he really? I'm not saying this as
He
a put
doesn't
down.
do it for $21, but he does a bang-up job at it, sure.
Okay, yeah, we get really good reports about Smith.
They're the guys with the pink vans everywhere. One of the fastest-growing HVAC companies in the country.
And that's Smith Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, Electric, and Drains, right?
Yeah,
that
they
is
just put it in
correct.
my water tank too.
Now, Mike's a good guy. He really is a good guy. He's been on the show, and again, I have not personally experienced the cleaning, but Mark speaks from experience because he goes down there a lot and talks to people, and I will tell you, Rodney, you really do need it. When was the last time you had your furnace gone through?
Never.
Oh my God! How old is your house?
50.
No, wait a minute. Your furnace isn't 50 years old.
50.
You liar. Come on, Rodney.
No, original furnace.
Are you kidding me? What kind is that?
I don't know. It was built in 1966.
Now, wait a minute. It's not a boiler?
No, it's a forced air furnace.
Now, listen. George, can you believe?
Oh, look. So depends on the type of area he lives in. Maybe I don't know. I mean, that's unheard of.
Oh yeah, of course
you
it
don't
is.
really see. I'm not going to say never. You do see it sometimes.
Yeah.
But normally if you see that, it's because they actually had somebody maintaining it and cleaning it. So
but you never even had it maintained, right?
Yeah,
No, they changed the filters the other day when they did my hot water tank. But that's all I've ever done.
And let me ask you, does it give good heat?
Yes, it does.
Is it expensive?
No.
Do you have an electronic air cleaner? Filter, I mean?
No.
How big is your house?
Oh, it's a bi-level, two bedroom up, 2-bedroom down, living room, kitchen.
Rodney, I don't know what to say about
How
this.
often do you use your furnace? A lot or not a lot? Do you have an AC there?
I have an AC also, yes.
Do you use
and
it?
is that 60 years old?
No, it's about 12 years old.
Oh, my God. You know what, Rodney? You are an anomaly. You really are. Listen, I'm going to tell you something, and I don't mean this as a put-down of anyone. I love Smith, but I don't know anyone who would walk in your house and not want to talk you into a replacement.
Well, I mean, just the efficiency of it would be. Look, the average life of a furnace in definitely the Denver market, I haven't studied the Colorado Springs market, but is 10 years, and it should be 20 years. The reason why it's 10 years is
the
because
dirt.
no one ever maintains it. Nobody ever cleans it. If
But
you do that every year,
but
it'll
if
be
you
20.
maintain it, 20 years is still the limit?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Well, that's pretty good,
look,
damn good, 20 years.
And it depends on technology. Like I'll tell you, 10 years ago, if your system was 10 years old at that point, because technology has changed
Right.
so much, you just because of the efficiency, you should change it. I can't tell you what, there's technologies changing all the time. So depending on the efficiency that you have and the efficiency that exists at the time, that's a big reason to replace as well, because your payment will offset your utility savings a lot of times. So you're already paying for a new system anyway. That's not under warranty. You might as well do it, right?
Now, also, I want to tell you something, Rodney. This might happen. There might be companies afraid to touch it. I'm serious. I
Well,
mean,
if it needed any parts, you're not going to find it. Let me ask you guys this, though. George, a little trivia. When do you think the first forced air furnace came out? Ductwork and all. A year.
What year?
you mean the first forced air furnace?
First forced air gas furnace that uses ductwork and natural gas. Yeah.
I would be guessing. But
Now,
let's say 1940.
Now, Mark, hold on.
That's damn close. 1935.
Now, Mark, before you say ductwork, the original ones did not have ductwork. They literally were mounted in the basement and blew straight through a vent. They didn't have.
This one was actually, it was forced air, and here's what. Okay,
and they had big giant vent is what they had.
Well, it had an electric fan and ductwork that would distribute to the different rooms.
Now that's
it was
for 1935. That would be amazing.
1935.
Because a lot of the older homes in upstate New York had what they had were furnaces.
The boilers.
They were furnaces. Well, of course they had boilers, but they had furnaces with oil that ran on oil.
Right. Yeah, that's what we had.
And then the furnace would be like sitting in the basement, and it would have one giant duct into like a 4x4. I mean, that big of a vent in the floor that blew it throughout the house. I mean, it was weird.
We had these things that looked like radiators at my grandparents' house in Albany. And it would be extremely hot oil running through them. Hot enough where if you touched them, they'd burn you.
Wait, Mark.
Well, it could be hot water, but
it was
whatever
hot water.
was running through them.
Yeah, it was hot water, but it was oil-fired boiler.
But it was radiant heat. The heat itself came from
and it was
water.
Wonderful heat, wonderful radiator heat.
Yeah, unless if you touched it.
Now, by the way, so Stephanie and I, we had a boiler in one house. Listen to this one. And Fix-It came over, and they said, what, are you kidding me? Because we had to shut it down. It was making so much noise. They said, this thing is like 70 years old, right? 70 years old. And it was giant. They had to have 4 to 6 men take it out and put it in a truck. They had to lift it into the truck with a lift because it was calcified. The only thing keeping it alive was the calcification itself. To get it out of the truck, it was so funny. They went to the dump where they dump these and recycle them, and they had to go forward and then step on the brake, and so the thing went flying out the edge. I mean, that's how heavy it was. And then they put in this new one that's like a toy. I'm thinking, what? It's so high tech that it's so small and it heats way better. And I don't even know if you mess with them anymore. Do you even mess with boilers anymore, residential?
Oh yeah, we do. We try not to take on too many new clients. We take on some, but we.
My God, did you that beautiful new electronic one you did? Holy crap! They're small now, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean they're super efficient. I have one in my house.
Oh, they're wonderful. Efficient. Anyway, Rodney, good luck, man. Oh my God, did you beat the system no matter what? Let's talk real quick here. I want to know about this flooring issue, Marie, and then we'll get started with your problem. What's going on, Marie?
There.
Yes, Marie, what's happening?
I had my flooring done.
Yeah?
Me and my husband took out a loan to get our flooring done. About 2 weeks after our floors were installed, they started separating.
Now,
so
who did your floors?
The people, I had to look up their name because I had, hold on 1 second, I have them right here.
What kind of floors?
They are the laminate flooring.
So you had new laminate floors done, and what happened?
Right. They started coming apart. So, you know, when you're not supposed to be able to see the seam. It's supposed to be just that nice, smooth finish throughout.
That's right.
And you could not be seeing the seams whatsoever. So after 2 weeks of having our floors done, we're going around starting to notice that the seams, they're starting to separate. So I contacted the company that did our flooring, and they're
let me ask you this. How long did it take for it to start separating?
2 weeks.
Okay, hold on. We'll come right back to you. This is odd. More coming up.
So we're two old guys with many years of being financial advisors, and we've learned why most people feel they got no growth out of their investments, even when they had a professional do it for them. It's not the markets, it's not the risk, and it's not necessarily your fault. I'm Brian Wiley with Alan Holman, and we are the Real Money Pros. We are a team in the know on how to turn the tables so your money goes to your pocket, not someone else's.
Join us, now broadcasting every Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. on iHeart.
You're up next, Tom.
K-How.
Harris Family Law has a webinar tonight, And you can find out about it on their website. I'll give you the website in a minute here. And not only can you hear the one tonight, but you...
National test.
This is my phone going off, people.
Turn
I'm
it on.
sorry.
National president.
Anyway, I don't know how to... Okay. Anyway, so Harris Family Law.
I can't hear it. Throw your phone.
I silenced my phone now. Okay. So Harris Family Law, the webinar tonight, you can see. And then you can also see all of the ones that are archived free of charge at your disposal. They're neatly indexed by topic. And I urge you to go there and find out all of this information before even thinking about a divorce or a separation, or if you have any other kind of family law issue. And of course, you can always call Harris Family Law. It's 303-515-5000. And the website is harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars. Now, speaking of floor coverings, like we were from that woman who called in, if she had used simplyfloorsinc.com, she wouldn't be calling me. Why? Because Simply Floors Inc. take care of all of their people. They're great people, and they do engineered floors, laminates, they do hardwoods, luxury vinyl planking, carpeting, and they have the expertise to get it done right and the people to take care of problems and warranty issues. And they have in-house installers, a one-stop shop. You will love simplyfloorsinc.com. 2 locations, 470 and Quebec, and also a 52nd and Ward. Simply Floors Inc. 303-731-5380, 731-5380. If you need money for your house to fix it up, or you have to stay at home with health care, you might need a line of credit. And guess what? What if you could get a line of credit you never pay back, and you don't have to worry about it ever accruing to a point where you lose your home? You can get a reverse loan. Now, if you don't use the line of credit, it grows the amount of borrowing power, and it stays there for emergencies. Find out more from EmpowerReverse.com, our exclusive reverse loan lender. Talk to Mark Massey and his team. Caring people who care about seniors. Call and find out more. 720-500-7719. 720-500-7719. What was that? What was that? I never had that happen ever.
It's a whole national test. Of course, Mark didn't get his because he's on a list.
I got it finally. You know what it's going to be is when Trump is reelected, Biden's going to activate it.
But they did it nationally. Radio.
Well, it still came through on my phone. That's or my watch.
So who's going to be the Democratic nominee? That's the question. Is it going to be Newsom?
Oh shoot!
I'd take him over old Skin and Bones.
Not new. AG.
Jenny Shish.
No at AG.
Well, I keep telling people is don't impeach
Can't
Biden.
do new AG. That's you got to bring in all your paperwork, show your ID, and for new titles. We're talking about Mark replacing his driver's license since he lost his wallet, but you can't replace a driver's license online. Although a couple people said you could.
Mark, that would freak me out if I lost my wallet.
renew.
Do you remember where it is?
Yeah, I know exactly where it was, but I haven't got it back, so I assume someone stole it.
Where was it?
In an airport where I was sitting waiting for Frontier.
Yeah, when traveling back from seeing his dad over the weekend.
Where were you flying back from, Mark? Where's your dad?
Charlotte.
Well, he doesn't live there. He lives in Florida. He drove out.
Oh, so you met in Charlotte?
Yeah.
What kind of fishing did you do? Deep sea?
Fly fishing.
Okay. You know how to fly fish?
I learned. That's all. He loved fly fishing.
There's some guys in my poker group that are just addicted to fly fishing.
That's cool.
They just love it. They go all the
Well,
time.
his dad's in a bunch of poker groups too. I don't know who would be calling me.
I'm trying to get Mark to go so we can take some of his money because he has so much.
I did pretty good in poker there. Not great, but I did all right.
Where?
We were in.
Oh, yeah.
We stayed in a casino.
This is
okay.
You can't really tell how ugly he is.
Hello, this is Suzanne. Hey, man, Logan hasn't had this number in like 20 years, so if you can take us off the list, that'd be great. Thank you.
It's a face and a body. It's a body.
I still get calls for Logan Altman, Mark. I've had this phone number 20 years. He was on, he must have been such a good guy donating to this and that.
Hey, Suze.
Yeah.
I have a referral list cancellation. Do you want me to email that to you or text it?
Email it to me and Mark.
Okay.
He said that, dog.
And Kelly, in the future, if you get that call, just give them my email or Mark's email and say they just need that in an email and they'll get back to you instead of you doing the back and forth on that, okay?
Okay.
Sweet.
10 seconds, guys.
Trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Suze, do you remember the little bully puppies we had in last year?
Oh, yes, I was threatening to take those.
Yeah, George's
So
bullies.
cute. Are they in again today at your
No,
home
they're
studio?
turning a year old on Sunday.
Oh, my gosh.
A year old. Remember, they were in as just puppies, and I was holding both of them. I couldn't hold both of them now, could I?
George, you're going to have to send us another picture.
Yeah, he's.
I got lots.
Anyway, so speaking of George, fix it 24/7. You got to call by 6, $21 for an extreme clean and tune of your furnace with a no breakdown guarantee. And I'm telling you, you will be amazed at what they do. It's for new customers only or anyone who's never had it done before. And again, it's the price is ridiculous because it really is like a refurbishing. So call.
We did a study, Tom, and the cheapest we could find when we'd say, hey, we want you to actually come clean it, take it apart.
Yeah, take it apart, right.
And so the lowest price we can get somebody to give us over the phone to come do that was $650. Most were over $800. Some were over $1,000.
No, because you had to take it apart. And I saw these parts laying out on the lawn. I went, what? They put a tarp down and did this? And I went, what? And I'm telling you. Anyway, so here's the number, 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. I want to talk to Marie with the flooring issue now. She said she had new laminate floors installed in her home, and they started delaminating 2 weeks later. Now, Marie, how long ago was the initial installation, by the way?
It was May 27th is when the install was done.
Now, what company did it? Or it's probably a I don't know if it's a manufacturer or if it's installation.
No. It's a Hardwood Floor Source is the company I hired to come out and do it.
Okay. Now, Hardwood Floor Source, who are they?
Yeah. They're just a smaller company from my understanding. I was actually referred to them by my sister because she knew the wife of, I guess, the owner.
What do they say is wrong with it?
Well, the guy that they had installed, which I believe is the partner, he's trying to blame the actual manufacturer for the issue.
It could. It could be. We don't know. It could be, right? I mean, why is he blaming? Why is he blaming the manufacturer?
And more importantly, why does it even matter?
It does matter.
I feel the reason why he's doing it because, obviously I was upset. I'm just like, this is ridiculous. I just paid for this. This is already happening. He got upset with me, and in text messages, this is all done. He's blaming me. He's like, well, what did you do? I'm like, what do you mean, what did I do?
Well, listen, hold on.
Pieces.
Here's what I mean. If truly, if you spilled water on it and all that, it could have been your problem. Or if he did, I don't know what an installer would have done to cause delamination. I'd like to get Buddy or Karen Mitchell on to talk about it because I don't know what would cause this. And they're our experts at simplyfloorsinc.com. So we need to figure this out. Did you ever have an independent expert look at it?
Yes, I had Empire come out and give me a quote.
Well, they're not experts, they're lead aggregators. But what did they say?
They said that everything would have to be
Of course they did. You know what? I'll tell you why. Because what they do, what Empire does, and let me just dispel the rumor, they're not flooring people. They're aggregators of leads. They go out, they get the contracts, and then then sell them to people. So of course they say everything has to be redone. I forget that. I want an expert who actually does floors, who actually knows floors.
Right.
So where are you located?
I would like to as well.
Where are you located?
I'm in Thornton.
Okay, good. Now, Simply Floors Inc. We need to get Buddy on. Hold on, and we're going to get him on. Okay, I'm gonna mark this pending right now. We'll get our expert on. We got plenty of time to consult with him to see what he says. And if you have any pictures, that would help too. If you can get them to us, that would help. Okay, so hang on. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hal needs some advice on a oil change. Now, I don't know what kind of advice you need for an oil change. It's a Hyundai Elantra. I have one of these of this vintage in the 2023 era. Mine is actually 2021, I think. What's going on, Hal?
Yeah, just kind of wondering if a good place to go get one. I kind of ran out of my free oil changes at Chomp, so.
Okay, now.
Where would you recommend?
You know what? That's a good question, actually. Where do you go for oil changes? I mean, really, because I go to the dealer with my car because it's under warranty and I just want them to go through the normal service, and I prepaid for some stuff. I'd say that any good shop can do an oil change. Where are you located?
Well, I'm all over the metro area when I work, but, generally, say, Aurora area.
This is a newer car. Is it still under warranty?
Yeah.
Then I would go to Sheridan Auto Tech because they do a lot of service while cars are under warranty, and they have meticulous record keeping, and they can, keep the warranty intact and prove that you had the changes done when needed, and they will do it properly. And if they notice any problems that warranty should fix, they'll alert you to them so you can take it to the dealer. I would trust it 100%. Now, will it be as cheap as maybe a Grease Monkey or a Jiffy Lube? I don't know, but I do know you'll get better care. I don't think they're expensive at all, but I would go to Sheridan Auto Tech.
I'm not a fan of Jiffy Lube anyway.
So. I don't blame you. 303-455-7242. I'd go to Sheridan Auto Tech, and it's SheridanAutoTech.com. Now, I think is Buddy on right now? If he is, I'd like to take him right up and ask him. Buddy, real quick here. Buddy Mitchell, simplyfloorsinc.com. Marie had a company come out and do some laminate floors, and she says within 2 weeks they were delaminating. Marie, describe the delamination.
So they're just separating right where they're supposed to click in, and I did my whole entire first floor, and it's happening everywhere.
Okay, they're separating, but the top's not delaminating or bubbling, is it?
No, there's nothing of that sort. It's just like it wasn't clipped in correctly or something. I'm not sure, but I
get it. I get it. They started separating. Okay, so, Buddy, the installer says it's a manufacturer's problem or they blamed her. What could cause the hardwood floor? When you say click, that doesn't make sense to me. Is this hardwood or is it, what kind of laminate? Is this like a luxury vinyl planking or is it a wood product?
It's a vinyl. It's like the clip-in vinyl.
Okay, that's what I didn't understand. Okay, so now I'm learning even more. So, Buddy, it sounds like luxury vinyl planking.
Yeah, let me just ask you, where did you get it? And how thick is it?
It was purchased from Denver Hardwood.
I thought you said it was Hardwood Floor Source.
That's the company that came out and put it in.
Oh, that changes everything I was thinking.
The The company that came out and put the flooring in is Hardwood Floor Source. It was purchased from Denver, what is it called? Supply Denver Hardwood.
Well, let me ask you this, though.
They're not stepping
Let
up.
me ask you this. Who purchased the hardwood?
Well, they purchased it, but I paid for it. So it's under their name. That's the company they use.
So, okay, Hardwood Floor Source installed new LVP in your home, and that LVP was purchased from Denver Hardwoods.
Correct.
Well, Denver Hardwoods, okay, so you found a hardwood, you found the install company, and they went to Denver Hardwood and purchased it or showed you the products that Denver Hardwood had?
Correct.
Can you tell me the brand?
It is I have it right here. It's a Navajo. It's just like it says 7, is I guess the size of it, but it's like Navajo flooring. It doesn't really have much details aside from that.
Do they have a thickness on it? Is it less than 5 millimeters thick?
The thickness on it, I believe it says it's 7 by 48.6. Then it has like a 0.3 millimeters.
Okay, that's your problem.
Why?
0. Well, okay, so LVP, when it came out, it was really, really good, but it was thicker. It was a much thicker product, and they've ran it down. So it's an install problem. I'll just tell you that. And it's an install problem that your installer has almost no way of knowing. Okay, it's the new problem with LVP. Any product less than 5 millimeters thick, there's too much flex in your subfloor. Okay, meaning that when your house was built, they needed to build it to standard specifications, and the standard specifications are, plywood, 3/4 of an inch thick over 16-inch spans, won't flex enough. Now, if that was the case, the floor would be good enough. But what's happening is these manufacturers came out and they started selling the product thinner and thinner, especially when shipping back in COVID, when we had that big shipping crisis. They tried to make it thinner to make it cheaper to ship to get down to that price point that people wanted to buy. A 3 millimeter thick is, we don't sell anything here less than 5 millimeters thick because we had so many problems when we went down to 4 and 3.5. What happens is if there's any flex in your subfloor, meaning you step on a piece of your floor and it moves too much, the click system is too thin to hold. So Shaw had some products out there that we were selling, and we were having a whole bunch of warranties on them. And, they told me, well, the subfloor is the problem. And I told them, I said, well, every subfloor in America is going to have areas that...
Well, then, okay, so, buddy, what you're saying is it's really not the installer because he couldn't have made it right.
It's their fault. Well, no, there's a way to make it right. There's tear out the floor, add 3/4 inch, add another 1/4 to 1/2 inch piece of plywood to your entire floor, and then put it down. Or tell you, don't buy a 3/8. People see a low price point. I promise you this was a lower price point product because it's so thin, right? And they put it in.
Take a break when you can, Tom.
All right, hold on. I got to take a break. He's making a lot of sense. We'll have some recommendations coming right up.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today.
Yeah, buddy fell off, but Kel's calling him back.
Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Murdoch's Ranch and Home Supply.
Easy driving throughout the Denver metro as we navigate the noon hour. I-25 north and southbound, we're back to highway speeds throughout town. I-70 east and westbound flowing free from the foothills to DIA and back. Again, that trend continues out west into the high country as well. Back to town on the northeast end through Commerce City, I-270 westbound. Your usual brief slowdowns approaching Vasquez, and otherwise just a beautiful drive throughout the Denver metro. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies today, high of only 69 degrees as we start off those autumn months. Overnight low of 43. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a little bit cooler with a high of 67. The current temperature in Denver is 67 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Shop Carhartt Day.
You're up next, Tom. 10 seconds.
October 10th, explore a vast selection of Carhartt clothing, along with fall and winter essentials like hunting and meat processing supplies, pet and animal feed, and fencing. Lots more. Visit in-store or online at Murdochs.com.
John Fuller is a personal injury attorney with an emphasis on personal. Listen, we know you're going to make calls when you're injured, wondering what your rights are. He'll give you free legal advice. Call him first, and then compare the others, because he's the only one that's going to talk to you personally. Why? Because he has pledged to take only the number of cases that he can handle personally. That's right, and it's the only firm that does that. In fact, when you talk to John, if you decide it's a good fit, there's still no out-of-pocket. When you hire him, it's on a percentage fee basis. I want you to call and notice the difference of how you're treated. You're even going to get a cell phone number that you can call or text at any time. It's all true. And yes, it is unusual. myaccidentlawyer.co, where you will notice the difference. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500. Hey, you want to know about another attorney that gives you prices up front and free consultations? Joe Lazzara. He's a criminal defense attorney. If you get a DUI, an assault, a problem, listen, some people, they don't intend to break laws. Sometimes they make stupid mistakes. Sometimes they just, I don't know, there's extenuating circumstances. Whatever it is, listen, don't ever try to handle an issue like this on your own. Joe Lazzara. Find him at referralist.com or give him a call. Joe Lazzara will handle it, and it'll be a flat rate price. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. Buddy Mitchell is so knowledgeable. Shit. And that's the thing. Okay, I'll kiss it goodbye and I'll keep plugging it. You got a busy afternoon?
No, that was terrible.
I gotcha. I actually know how to make a basket.
Oh, well, you're a foot and a half away. Well, you are like 5 feet, so that does stretch that out.
5'1".
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be going. Malibu.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numb feet, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Anderson, D.C. Doctor, what is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is actually nerve damage to the feet and lower legs.
What are the symptoms?
The major symptoms are numbness, burning, shooting pain, and problems with balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It absolutely is in most situations, and we can get great results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands, or balance issues, call for Heinz Medical Center today for nerve damage screening. This screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for their innovative treatment. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening, which includes consultation and evaluation. Simply call 720-823-0784. 720-823-0784 for your free nerve damage screening. First 10 callers get this important screening free. Normally $245. Call
Fabulous.
720-823-0784.
And the way they were photographed, man, they were just
I met him.
Ugh.
I know.
I do it. I've done a lot. I have never, to the extent,
I know.
in my artery, I've already.
Buddy,
I dealt with.
Oh.
I didn't do it this time.
They have.
10 seconds, guys.
NMLS 298191, regulated by DOR, equal credit lender.
6:30.
Hold off on Buddy for just a sec. Kel, he fell off one more time.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Now, George might have to take off, but the special's still going on till 6. And if you call by 6, you reserve this price. It won't be done today, but this extreme clean and tune for your furnace with a no breakdown guarantee, just $21, only if you call before 6. And that is for new customers only who have never had it done, or people who've never had it done, okay? So that's 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. George, I'd venture to say, and then I'm going to go back to Buddy Mitchell, I'd venture to say when it gets cold, you're not going to be able to do this. I mean, not to the extent you're doing.
Definitely will not be able to, no.
No. And how many people have you found during the cold that call you with a failure, and you say, and you think to yourself, if only they had gotten this thing serviced?
That's our entire business when it gets cold. Literally, that's every tech. We lose calls. We can't get to enough of them, and they're all because they
didn't maintain them.
Many of them, not all, but a high percentage of them would have avoided these breakdowns if they would have had their furnace cleaned properly before the winter hit. And that's what I mean.
Right.
And look, we guarantee that your furnace won't break down this winter if you have us do this.
Right.
For only $21 for new clients. Again, only new clients. Why do we do
I get it.
So they see what
well,
we
you
do.
want to make a new client an old client. I get it. 720-526-3939. He has to take off, but anyway, 720-526-3939. Buddy Mitchell. You know, I love having experts, Buddy. I mean, honest to God, I was just listening to you in awe for you explaining the problem. It's like nothing stumped you. You knew immediately what it was. They started making LVT thinner, to summarize this, and because of shipping and other and all kinds of reasons. And as a result, there were very few subfloors that could handle that could support this very thin LVP. So where it clicks together started separating, and you're almost positive this is Marie's problem when she told you how thin it is. And so you said that the installer, or the people she had do it, should have told her this was a possibility and said you need
if they've been in the flooring business, if they've been in the flooring business a while, they should have known. Okay, so let me just say this: it's very prevalent. I'm on a couple of flooring dealer Facebook pages. Everybody's talking about it, and the manufacturers are washing their hands because they're saying if the floor is built properly, it shouldn't be a problem. But what happens is pieces of, as people are building houses, sometimes they go 18 inches on center. Sometimes the plywood has a defect in it, right? And so I had the head of Shaw, which is the biggest flooring company in America, come into my company, and I was explaining to him the problem, and he said, yeah, you need to test the floor to see if the floor is durable enough. I said, so I have to test every area of the floor? I said, that's just impractical. But let me tell you, we can solve it, and it's a pretty easy fix. But she bought a very thin floor, which is an opening price point floor. It's going to separate, but what the head of Shaw, I don't know, their technical department was here. What they told me to do is super glue, because I guarantee it's the end joints, not the side joints. Am I right? It's not the side. It's not coming apart.
It's all like the center pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all like the center pieces, like everything in the centers.
Okay. You don't have to tear out the floor, and you can have the installation / company come back and fix it this way. Take some super glue. Where it's coming apart, drop one little piece of super glue right in there. Take the stuff that you put in, like you open hard jars, like that little plastic cloth stuff that you use. You wrap a 2x4 in that, a little 6-inch 2x4. You drop a drop of super glue. You put the little board down and you hit it, and it'll snap it back together, and then that super glue will hold it. It'll keep happening. It's probably not, if it's the entire floor, then you've got a problem. But if it's just certain areas of the floor, you can pull those areas together, because more than likely 70% of your floor, it's not going to happen.
Now, buddy, I have a very, 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 very important question, buddy. Do you think, here's the thing, does she go after the people she hired to do this? Is it their fault, or are you saying it's more or less the problem of the industry?
It's both the industry and the installer, because the installer should have went in there and said, hold it, don't buy this than a floor. I tell my sales staff, when people come in here and try to buy a floor like that from us, or say, hey, can you match this over at Floor and Decor or Home Depot or Carpet Exchange, we don't sell floors that thin, and here's why. And so we try to do educational sales.
Okay.
Number two, we fix our mistakes. I did probably 60,000 square feet of that flooring before I knew there was a problem. And, I pay my installer $125 to go over there and snap it all back together and fix it.
I got it.
Homeowners wanting the whole floor replaced, and it's like, sorry.
Yeah, Marie, listen.
We're not going to do that.
You heard from the best expert I know of, simplyfloorsinc.com. By the way, his number is 303-731-5380, 731-5380. Marie, you have your marching orders. Talk to those people. Tell them there is a solution. Even have him call over and talk to Buddy. I'm sure he'd be happy to talk to the installer. And it would only take him a few hours to go through and to super glue where it's coming up and to pound it back and click it back down. Let us know what happens. Okay, 303-713-8255.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Easy driving throughout the Denver Metro as we navigate the noon hour. I-25 north and southbound, we're back to highway speeds throughout town. I-70 east and westbound flowing free from the foothills to DIA and back. Again, that trend continues out west into the high country as well. Back to town on the northeast end through Commerce City, I-270 westbound. Your usual brief slowdowns approaching Vasquez. And otherwise, just a beautiful drive throughout the Denver Metro. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies today, high of only 69 degrees as we start off those autumn months. Overnight low of 43. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a little bit cooler with a high of 67. The current temperature in Denver is 67 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
All into a hiring
You up next, Tom. 10 seconds.
Hiring solution makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Sponsor a job and instantly receive a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
I love recommending great people with savings. First of all, waterpros.net, the best water system for drinking at the kitchen sink, under $1,000 fully installed. You will never do better than waterpros.net, 303-862-5554. Now, let's talk about Europlumbing, Colorado.net. That's the best price you'll ever find for water heaters, EuroplumbingColorado.net. That's right. If you need a water heater, how about this? $12.99 fully installed, $12.99. That's the old one taken out. And this one replacing it, or a 50-gallon for $13.99, no matter what size you want. They say they have the best prices, 303-668-6844, 668-6844, EuroplumbingColorado.net. And still money and savings. Oh my God, I love these people. Elite Garage Floors. You want to talk about great garage floors? Guaranteed lowest price. No money down ever. Elite Garage Floors. That's EliteGF.com. Elite Garage Floors. They guarantee it for the life of their company. As long as they're around, they're going to take care of that floor, and hardly anything ever happens to it anyway. So give them a call, 720-939-2448. No money down, guaranteed lowest price, 720-939-2448. Hey, you want to talk about savings with window coverings, or absolutely the best experts you're going to find? You know, we heard Buddy Mitchell talk about floor coverings, right? We heard George Donaldson talking about Fix It 24/7 HVAC. What I love are experts in their field, and that's why I love Made in the Shade. You see, all of our people are experts, and I know them all. DenverShades.co. You want the best window coverings at the best prices, and you want people that'll come over and take it from beginning to end, including their top-notch installation team, no matter what kind of window coverings you want. Then go to Made in the Shade, 720-458-6566, 720-458-6566, DenverShades.co. Damn. I kicked some ass on those.
You're the man.
Okay, now we got clean lines, baby. I'd like to get that mouse guy back on if we have time and no calls. I want to ask him some questions. He was really knowledgeable. And I have some questions that have come in from text.
6.
You're sure he's off air at 6?
Yeah.
4 to 6.
Who? What?
Capless, what time's
Who
he
comes
there?
on
6.
after? Who comes on after him?
Joe Pags.
But it's recorded or live national?
Syndicated.
It's syndicated live for 1 hour.
You
and
sure
then
it's
tape
live,
delayed.
though?
The last hour is live, and then the previous 2 hours are tape delayed.
So right
after the
after
live.
Dan, it's phony baloney, or is it live?
It's live.
What do
But
you ask,
it's
Mark?
but it's the final hour of Joe Pags.
I understand. Then they replay the first hour.
That's right.
First
That's
2,
right.
yes.
Yo, baby, 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 baby.
You know this have you ever heard of Sia? That singer?
Mm-mm.
She covers her face for everything, like every performance, everything. She's my age.
I guarantee she's
And
fugly.
Decides to get a facelift and show her face. Now, you've been covering your face because of body images and stuff, but now you've got a face. It's so odd to me. I don't know. It's just odd. It's like...
Look at Doc. He doesn't show his face.
Yeah, but then there's this guy I know, Marc Mager.
Yeah, Marc Mager. It just
Except-
seems like so pretentious to
Suzanne,
cover
we all
your
have
face.
faces for radio.
Oh, thank you, Ken. It's like, you know what else bugs me? These actors and actresses that post all over social media, then they put little emojis on their kids' faces. How pretentious can you be? It's like, why are you even posting the
Right.
family photo?
Then don't post
Suze,
it.
am I gonna have to get rid of my card because of this stupid fraudulent charge?
10 seconds.
Of another big judicial victory for all of us. Join me at 4.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713.
Hey, Tom, you got your dinger ready?
55. Do I have my dinger ready? Okay,
Yeah.
my dinger is always
It is
ready.
in
Even
hand.
though I'm 70, I still have it working. Go ahead.
Well, Madeline called up, and she wasn't getting a security deposit from the bridges at Flatirons. I made a call, and I got a call from Madeline that they sent her a check for her security deposit.
Yeah, why were they withholding that?
They didn't say. They just, we called them up, and they sent her a check.
Oh, that is wonderful. And here we go. Oops. There's my dinger.
All right, thank you.
You deserve it. Now, here's the thing. Do you have any other follows?
Well, you asked me to call that lady, Vicky, about the hearing aids.
Yeah, okay. The bottom line was she returned them
Right.
under
So
the
only-
warranty and never got her money back.
Right. The only way to get in touch with them is by email. So when I get home this afternoon after the show, I will send them an email to the contact that they gave on the phone call.
And that was Vicky, right?
Right.
Thank you. Doc, you do a fine job. Okay, let's keep going
When
here.
I get paid, I'm worth it.
All right, we're out of time, right? Are we out of
20
time?
seconds.
Okay, we have a few seconds. All right, keep your calls coming. We have another hour to go. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. And please, until 6 o'clock, you can call Fix It 24/7 for that extraordinary deal. I swear to you, $21. Reserve that price for that furnace refurbishment. That's 720-526-3939. More coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Hey, Tom?
Yeah.
I just screwed something up.
What?
Well, we got new referral list cards. I went to activate mine. It activated yours and Mark's as well. So I think if you tried to use the referral list card that's in your wallet right now, it probably wouldn't work.
Oh, I never use it anyway.
I know you don't, but I just wanted to let you know.
Okay.
But yes, if there's any fraud that I sent you in that email.
You flagged something called ACPAA.
Yeah, I know.
What is that?
It said something about being PayPal, and then it said it could be a potential fraud. That's why I sent it to you.
Damn it, I wish I knew what the frick it was. Hold on. I think, though, I did have a charge go through on PayPal for a plug-in on one of my websites.
Okay, then do you think, does it look right?
Because
in
I
line with the
remember it
price?
saying, that even though I paid by credit card, wait a minute, though, I didn't give my
And
bank.
it was $20 even. And if you Google that phone number next to ACPAA that I sent you,
Yeah.
it says it's PayPal fraud. So I don't know.
Hold on. No, okay, what it means by that is, okay.
Could be fraud, maybe.
What it means is that's the number to call if you want to know about it, I think. Hold on, it says here, PayPal number, hold
This
on.
one's bad.
Never mind, it's a right charge. And also, I don't know what this trial thing is.
Do you want? It's some sort of trial for. Just look up that M3. Google that. It almost sounded like it was a trial, and then you decided to continue, like a trial on a website.
Is it porn? I'm just kidding.
No.
Okay, hold on. Trial porn. Okay,
trial.
I was charged by the name above. I cannot find. Man, it's amazing when you Google. Everything is on here. Hold on. Let me see what it says here.
And then Mark, I have this one for you. Throw this one out.
Jeez, that one. God, I just forgot to write shit
Does that
down.
look familiar?
Wait, hold on
And-
now. M3NY. Huh. There are so many of them. NY Corp. I think it was an Adobe thing. I think. Hold on.
M3NY. Corp.
No, wait.
Charge. Oh, it says here, trial. It's Apple customers help each other with products. Trial. It's Apple support community something.
Yeah, but I don't think I ever paid. I don't.
Charge.
It says one thing on the charge, but another. Is it NYC Corp or NY Corp?
Let me look real quick. I don't know.
You have NY Corp, but it's everywhere I look. It's NYC Corp, but I don't know which one is right.
I'm looking for you. Let me search the amount. Trial M3NY Corp. Let me see if there's any extra information on it.
So it's
It's something out of Florida.
It's M3NY Corp.
Yes. Let me see if I Google this whole thing. It's Florida 33351. Paste.
I see something here, but I don't know what it is. I mean,
And when you look it up, it says it's temporarily closed.
here's the problem. When I protest a charge, doesn't the entire goddamn card have to be shut down?
Generally.
God, I can't stand that. It's basically I'd have a new card every month.
What about that third charge? I assume that one was fine.
That was Vonnie, I think. Hold on.
All right.
Hold on. Let me see. I think that's his. I'm going to just text him real quick. Hold on. I think I'm almost positive, but then, so now I just have to figure that 69. I don't recall this one. We might just protest. I mean, I can find nothing about it. Let's see.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of information on it.
Why am I being charged this? I am just trying to see if it's related to Apple. And nobody is. Nope, I can't find anything about the MY3 thing.
I know. There's really nothing about it. That's what makes me nervous.
I think we have to protest it. Do you want me to do? I mean, how do I do that?
Probably because you're going to end up requesting a new card and whatnot. They're going to want to talk to you on the phone. You know, all that BS. But it might be worth it, Tom, because I'm afraid you're just going to keep getting. It's the only one I've seen. I think it was when you were out for your surgery and stuff. I don't know if it could have been something to do with all that.
It's saying here, I just have never, I mean, it's like.
Oh, no, it was after your surgery.
So now you're going to work fine? Alright, screw you then.
I cannot find a thing about it. No phone number is with it either.
No phone number, nothing. You want me to just hit a report a problem and see what happens?
Yeah. Look, if they freeze my card, I don't really give a shit at this point. I need to get a new card. It's not even working. And I'm going away, which really is a pain in the ass, but I'll just have to...
All right, well, I'm going through it for you.
$15 seconds here, guys.
$1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Cash. That's cash. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Yeah.
Ripped off. Bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, welcome to the show. And this hour brought to you by Elite Garage Floors. The lowest price, no money down, guaranteed for the life of Elite. They'll take care of any problems. And, of course, it's such an impervious floor. Hardly ever anything goes wrong with it. Beautiful garage floors, patios, pool decks. EliteGF.com for more information. EliteGF.com. Welcome to the show. Let's talk. What's on your mind? Do you have a problem, question, or complaint? We have been solving a ton of problems during this show. But I do want to bring up something. This is really going to be a big deal. The Supreme Court is taking on a case about social media censorship. Basically, it's not the best case that I would have chosen, but what's happening is, as you know, social media, they censor postings saying they're a private company and they're allowed to do it. But some of that censoring has been at the behest of the government. The government is not supposed to control speech. And also, they have vague issues, they say, or something poses a danger, or it's bullying, or extremism, or hate speech. Oddly enough, what they're calling hate speech has been 100% of the time right-leaning speech. The High Court will look closely at what is being done in social media. Now, it all stems from state laws that tried to open up free speech and tried to make laws against censorship. Texas and Florida specifically had laws that bar social media platforms from basically nixing people's posts and people. They were calling media platforms, social media platforms, common carriers, and therefore subject to discrimination and freedom of speech and all that. See, what they're saying makes sense. They're saying social media has become so ubiquitous that to call it a private company and saying they can do anything they want is wrong. Because they obviously could not say, we're going to censor everyone who's black. They couldn't, even though they're a private company. So why can they say we're going to censor everything that's conservative, or we're going to censor, well, they don't do that actually, but, or why can they say we're going to censor anything to do with speech? Speech, free speech and expression, no matter how hateful it is as protected as the color of your skin or your faith. They're all protected rights, whether we like it or not. Hey, I'm sure there are many religions you think should not be free to practice. I'm sure there's many people you think, groups, hate groups, that shouldn't be able to express themselves, but they do. That's a protected right. That's what we have in this country. So why can social media companies choose to censor certain ones?
Hey, Tom, let me play devil's advocate. How is that any different than a newspaper choosing what to print and what not to print?
It's totally different.
How?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because a newspaper has a paid staff, and that paid staff is paid to go out and do things, and they decide what stories to run, just like television does. They don't say this, the newspaper does not say, contribute to us on a website, and you can say anything you want, or they don't have personal accounts. A newspaper is a private enterprise where they go out and report on things. In other words, Twitter is not reporting on things. It is a platform. It's totally different. A newspaper actively goes out, and they have reporters that go out, find news, write the news for the newspaper. Just like TV stations have reporters that go out and find news and decide what to report on the news. Now, should they report everything they see and hear? Who cares? They truly own and control every bit of the content, and they don't pretend not to. But for example, you have religious news, you have political news, you have I don't care about those places. They are not holding themselves out as a platform of public exchange. They are an information service. We decide if we want to go to CNN.com or Fox News, and do we like a CNN always withholds certain stories, so does Fox, or they report their angle. That's okay. But we're talking about platforms that don't have employees that post. Employees aren't posting. Guests are posting. The public is posting. It is truly a forum. So how do you have an open forum and then, as a private company, decide which of the people you're going to have on there? In fact, not only do they censor speech and expression, they literally censor people. They kick people off, never to come back again. Okay, I'm going to give you one. Dr. Mercola is online. He's a doctor out of Florida who exposes all kinds of crap about healthcare. Now, I think some of the stuff he says is all wet. I think 90% of what he says is great news, great information on healthcare. He's exposed a lot of the flaws in the vaccine, a lot of the flaws in masking, a lot of the flaws in the COVID approach. He was barred, literally barred, from YouTube, Twitter, everything. He is not allowed to post anywhere. Why? Why? Now, if it was a newspaper, I can see a newspaper choosing not to report his news, not to report it, because they have reporters and they can tell their reporters, they're paying them what to do and where to go. Okay? No one controls their reporters, they do. But when you have a forum and people have individual accounts, how do you choose who's going to have an account and who's not going to have an account? It's absolutely not the same thing. They've decided this Dr. Mercola should not have an account. He just shouldn't have an account. In fact, Robert Kennedy's been barred from a lot of stuff. Why? They don't like the narrative. It's just plain wrong. Absolutely wrong. And it's about time they stop hiding behind, oh, we're a private company. Because I dare them to take any other right that people have, any other right, and try to bar it from their platform. They would be put out of business so quickly your head would spin. It just so happens that now free speech is under attack. And liberals are the ones attacking free speech. The very people who used to protest and march for free speech are now the champions of censorship. How the hell did that happen? My God, how did that happen? 303.
Tom, I agree with you. I was just using that.
No. I mean, it's not apples and apples. What we have to do is take free forums, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anything that calls itself a forum. If they're a forum, what do they decide? What goes on there and what's not? Now, I can see if you have, by the way, a medical forum, and you don't want somebody going on there posting something about Trump or about an amusement park. It's a health forum. So you can limit, if you have a health forum, you have a health forum. You could have a forum about politics, and you don't want someone going on there posting about their golden retriever. I understand that part, because you go in understanding what the forum is. But Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all of those, TikTok, they allow the crazy, anything, except if it goes against their narrative. Why? It just doesn't make sense. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, and the excuse that we're a private company, sorry, doesn't work, and I'll tell you why. Take a restaurant. No blacks here. We're a private company. We can do that. No, you can't, because that's protected. So is freedom of speech. If one right's protected, they're all protected. Why do we choose? Why do we say a private company can violate one of the civil rights? Why? Why is that? One of them. They shouldn't violate any of them, period. But we allow them to. And in fact, if you're liberal, you're cheering them on. But never once, when it comes to censorship, ever, have I ever heard any liberal with the balls enough to come on the show and explain why they crave censorship and government control. Not one can tell me why they welcome it when their predecessors were protesting and trying to affirm that right. Hey, Mark, you
Well,
looked
Tom,
at an
think about
O&E
it.
for a woman.
Mark, Tom, even the terminology, like homophobic, technically means you're afraid of gays. Nobody is afraid of gays. They may dislike them. They may think it's wrong. But even the terminology is used to make it sound worse than it is.
Right, but I don't see. But I think people have a right to label people as homophobic if they want to, and I have a right to label people what I want. I think. I'm an extremist. I believe even hate speech should be allowed. I don't like it. I hate speech. Okay, and I wouldn't follow that person. But it should be allowed.
Tom, I agree with you 100%.
I mean, it should be. I don't want it to be allowed, but it should be. I mean, my God. It's just amazing to me how we've gotten away from the meaning of freedom. That's because, well, if your freedom disagrees with my freedom, it hurts my feelings. I don't want you to express an idea that I don't agree with. What a bunch of morons. No, I'm not going to call them morons because my YouTube morons would be insulted. They're not morons. They're idiots.
How about imbeciles?
Idiots, that's right. Morons is a title of honor. YouTube morons. John has a question about freedom of speech. Go ahead, John. And I'll take a break. Don't worry about it. Don't have a conniption. Go ahead, John.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. I have a question for you. Obviously, in my opinion, the issue of freedom of speech cuts both ways, and human rights and things along those lines. And I know that right now you seem to be pretty fixated on attacking the liberal community. But I would also ask.
Well, that's because the issue begs it. By the way, go ahead.
Right, but recently, like for instance, the Supreme Court, maybe a year ago, said that a bakery has a right not to make a wedding cake for a gay couple.
Or a Nazi or anybody they don't want to.
I thought it was just the opposite, Mark. I thought I thought the baker lost.
No, the baker won with the Supreme Court.
Right. Oh. No, it wasn't the baker. It was a different
same premise
case, but now the baker in Colorado, the case has been adjudicated to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court of Colorado is going to make a decision about the bakery, which they had originally, the appeals court denied it. But now that the Supreme Court has set a precedent, the Colorado Supreme Court is going to take up the case.
All right, hold on. We'll come right back to you. Don't hang up, John. We'll come right back to you.
If you're in Medicare, it's very important not only that you choose the right plans, including Part D, but also that you make your choices on time so you're covered for January. The good people at Integrity Health Advisors would...
You're up next, Tom. You got about 15 seconds.
2024 and help you choose the plans that fit your medical and financial needs. Some plans have exploded in price from this year, so Integrity Health Advisors will be very conscious for you when it comes to good value as well as good coverage. Get started right now at integrityhealthadvisors.com.
All right, let's... Oh, I don't know what I should be doing here because there's nothing on there.
Start with Frank.
You want to tell me?
Yeah, start with Frank.
Frank Duran, the real estate man.com. Thank you very much. Frank Duran, I love recommending people to Frank Duran. Why? Because this guy, we've never had a complaint, and he has stats to show he sells more houses than anyone else in a month. And in a year, he sells more than people sell in a career. And by the way, he sells faster and for more money. He has stats to prove it. No one else does. I also want to tell you about Frank Duran, the real estate man, and how he does a free market valuation of your home to see what it will sell for with no obligation. He'll look at all market aspects. Frank Duran, the real estate man.com, 303-920-1622. Hey, you want someone for your automobile? SheridanAutotech.com. Great people. SheridanAutotech.com for electrical issues, all kinds of maintenance and repairs, even while it's under service or warranty. They can do service, regular service on your car, and they do pre-buy inspections, by the way, for your car. SheridanAutotech.com, 303-455-7242. Keelan Park, did you hear him on the show? Keel and Park. What are they? They're a law firm, and they do estate planning. Keel and Park. You know, they cover every aspect. Wills, simple or complex, trust to protect you and your heirs. Avoid common estate issues when you don't have a plan. Solve the problem before it becomes a problem. Special ways to protect and leave assets they can go over. And they have extensive experience in helping people in business too, like transitioning a business, parents to children. Or real life experience in running a business, they have it. They've run $1 million businesses and can help you. They can avoid and help you avoid the pitfalls of passing your business on. Always free consultations in person or by Zoom. Keel and Park, happy to have them aboard as estate planning experts serving the entire state. 970-818-8198. 970-818-8198. It's lawkp.com, stands for Keel and Park, lawkp.com.
But they still owe him $14 million.
Sorry about that, Tom.
No problem, bro.
I mean, how can you feel sorry for a guy
Be happy to get fired.
that's going to make 14? They got to pay. Well, he signed a 5-year deal, but $14 million of it was guaranteed.
No, Leland is all over the place. Lelando.
Kelly, when are the 120s for Harris or Suzanne, if you know?
I don't know. Kelly would know.
What day are they? That's all I care about. They're not Fridays, right?
No, they're the day after
Thursdays.
their webinars.
Perfect.
Usually Thursday we have one.
Yeah, Thursday is correct.
Because they talk about, their topic is always what the webinar was the night before on a Wednesday.
Oh, it's going to take me forever to build out this one.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com. Feeling a little bit more like fall today yet again. High temperatures in the upper 60s and lower 70s. South-southeast wind anywhere between 5 to 7.
Hey, man, what happened to the CBD industry?
I don't know.
I mean, everybody, backed off of it.
Dragon, when is Brown live?
What do you mean?
6 to 10.
What time is he live?
Yeah, because doesn't his show go from 5A to 10?
No, it's just
6.
6 to 10.
Is he live all 4?
Yes.
Okay. Did he used to have a pre-recorded or something?
Ross did.
Okay, I was probably thinking of Ross.
10 seconds, Tom.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. Oh, by the way, we have John on, and I was talking about, some social media platforms and how they're private companies and still do not have a right to violate, civil rights of any kind. But like, and that means censorship of expression. And then John called in and says, well, I noticed that you're criticizing liberals, but how about conservatives? I think that's where he was going. But by the way, I just want you to know something. I can't stand extreme liberals or conservatives. But go ahead, John. Are you still on, or did he hang up? I know what he was going to ask, okay?
He hung up.
I'm going to tell you what he was going to say, because I get this all the time whenever I bring this up. Here's what they say. What do you think about the baker not wanting to bake a cake for the gay couple? And I say, now listen carefully. Please don't misinterpret me, okay? Listen. And I say, he should have a right not to bake that cake. Now, is that inconsistent with my belief that social media platforms should publish everything, even stuff against their beliefs? Nope. And I'll tell you why. Listen, with a bakery, if this man had a do-it-yourself bakery where he invited people to come in and make their own cakes and decorate their own cakes, he shouldn't stop a gay couple from making their own gay wedding cake, or a transgender to celebrate coming out as a transgender cake. If he opened that up to people to make their own cakes, he could sell them supplies and everything. However, he's making the cake. So I don't believe that people are asking Twitter to write the post and create the post for them. I would not create a post for anyone, and I would not help them write it if it was against my belief. I wouldn't do a commercial against my belief. I wouldn't create anything against my belief. However, we're not asking Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or any forum or YouTube to make the video or to make the product to post it or to use it. What we're asking is that we want to do it, and you're providing the platform. That platform should be open to everyone if you're going to open it.
Hey, Tom, isn't it the case that he would sell them the cake, he just wouldn't decorate it?
Well, here's the point. I don't care what the point. The point is this, is that he doesn't have to create something against his will, period. He doesn't have to.
I agree with you.
Now, hold on, though. But he shouldn't discriminate against anyone if he's selling a product, ever. And he shouldn't, and if he had a do-it-yourself cake company, like you have a do-it-yourself writing company, that's what Twitter is, a do-it-yourself publication. That's what Twitter is. If I had a printing press and I had a do-it-yourself printing business, if I had a do-it-yourself printing business, I should not discriminate over who gets to print what. If I open myself up as a public business. That's just my belief. Look, I'm not a dictator. That's just what I think. I'm sure people disagree with me. Now,
Hey, Tom.
if you ask me to do the writing or do the book, I'm not going to do it if I don't believe in it. Yes.
Hey, Tom. So we had Jack Phillips on yesterday on the Kaplan Show. So he doesn't discriminate against anyone. But
no, I understand that.
He serves everyone that comes in.
Right.
He just will not decorate certain things. So let me just clarify one thing. He did partially win in the U.S. Supreme Court in 2018, but was re-sued by a transgender woman, and that is what the Colorado Supreme Court is agreeing to hear. So he already escalated this to the U.S. Supreme Court. One, his right to be able to not decorate if he doesn't believe in it, yet he was re-sued, and that's what Colorado Supreme Court is hearing. Now, if that doesn't go his way, then they can escalate again to the U.S. Supreme Court.
Again, here's the point I'm making. They're asking him to do something against his belief. And no one, here's the deal. They're asking him to do something against his belief. And I think that he has a right to stay consistent to his beliefs. But that's not what we're asking Twitter or Facebook or any of them to do. We're not asking them to create anything. We're asking them to publish just like they publish for everyone. And I just see a distinction. I see a complete distinction. I just think that, but what's amazing to me, what truly is amazing to me, is how no matter what side you're on, is what you believe. For example, if there was a Christian forum, for example, I don't know if there are, I don't know of any, but I mean, there might be, and you want to post against the existence of Jesus Christ, you should be able to. If they open this forum up, I don't think they have a right to quash expression either. Okay? If that happened, I don't think anyone has a right. That's why we have rights, constitutional rights. We should not be able to quash constitutional rights even if it's a private company. That's the whole idea. I mean, if I have an apartment house, I can't say I don't want conservatives in here. I don't want liberals in here. I don't want blacks in here. I don't want Chinese in here. I don't want Buddhists in here. I don't want Jews in here. I don't want Christians in here. I can't do that. I can't. Or if you rent from me, you can't speak this way. You can't talk about this in your apartment, or you can't talk about this in the park or in the common area. Of course I can't do that. Then why should social media platforms be allowed to do that? It's just logical. They shouldn't be able to do it. Don't ever say, well, they're a private company. It's moronic. 303-713-8255. By the way, we got more coming right up.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
We're starting to see some busy spots crop up throughout the Denver metro as we get to the 1 o'clock hour. One incident on the south end of town, Hampton eastbound. A rollover accident blocking the on-ramp to Sheridan Boulevard. This one's going to be around for a while as crews work on the scene. I-25 north and southbound, it's easy driving through downtown. Over on the east end for folks heading to the airport, I-70 eastbound watching speeds in the 30s and 40s between Peoria and 225. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, fair skies, partly cloudy throughout the day with a high of 69 degrees this afternoon, overnight low 42. The current temperature in Denver is 68 degrees with your Impact Traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. If you're like many people, you may think custom blinds is a job for expensive professionals. Well, at Blindster, if you have a tape...
10 seconds, Tom.
You can install our custom blinds and save big. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
EuroplumbingColorado.net for the best prices ever on water heaters. You're never going to beat the price, never. In fact, I've had plumbers ask me, how the hell do they do it? You want a 40-gallon tank fully replaced with new water line and new gas flex line, you get it for $12.99. If you want a 50-gallon, it's $13.99, and that's with the old stuff taken away, hauled away, and disposed of. That's incredible. In fact, any size you want, they can beat any price. They even say they can do repiping at incredibly low prices, complete turnkey packages. 303-668-6844. 668-6844, EuroplumbingColorado.net.
Because you're just purposefully going in there to cause trouble.
No, that's libs. Yeah. That's libs for you. They'll probably harass that guy forever.
As long as he's got a shop and his name's behind it, probably.
Oh, man. I think my buzz is wearing off.
Nah.
Oh, we went to In-N-Out Burger yesterday.
I know. I got pictures from Riot. I told you. And you got animal style fries, which are my favorite. Remote today. Yes, there is Twisted View Friday. Who's on it?
Let me see one of those napkins.
Just get one over there. See him over there? Underneath the hole punch? Or behind the hole punch? Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Martino Show. How can I help you? Okay, what happened? Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, and these were clothes? Oh, tools. Okay, what's your name, sir? Jabba, Jabba. All right, hang on, Jabba, and we will be with you momentarily, okay? Hang on. Don't know yet. Okay, Leland, that is so like you. Okay.
$15 seconds here, guys.
Plus Show. Afternoons 4 to 6.
Wednesday, for one of the great Coloradans in state history, truly a figure of biblical proportions, Jack Phillips. Is he on the verge of another big judicial victory for all of us? Join me at 4.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Jabba, and I'm not going to even go there with the jokes. Jabba's on the phone. Hey, Jabba, I bet you no one's ever called you Jabba the Hutt.
Yes, they did when I was a catcher in college.
Wait a minute. You had this name before Star Wars, or before Jabba the Hutt actually came out on screen?
No, I'm just old.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So, Jabba, what's going down?
So what I did is you know how you go to those, say, everything's absolutely free, or buy 2 pallets. Buy 2 pallets of name brand tools for $49.
I've never seen that. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, they're on your phone. So if you go back to your phone, like you go to the advertisements and stuff, like this one here, it says absolutely free. Help us clear out our shelves. We have too many free samples. You know, all this crap, right?
Well, I've seen similar things, but I'd love to see kind of that kind of stuff for tools. What happened?
So I ordered, of course, 2 pallets. $49 each. Hell, that's a great.
Now,
that's a
Jabba,
great
where did you
price.
see this ad for 2 pallets of tools, $49 each?
Amazon kind of thing, where it's a commercial. It says
Wait a
Amazon
minute.
return and
Are
all
they
this
saying,
stuff,
is this supposedly the leftovers or the returns that Amazon?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Now I know what you're
Yes.
talking about. Got it.
So they actually did send me tools.
Really?
But it's something like you would buy at the dollar store, and it was like one little packet of screwdrivers and one little packet of wrenches.
Well, wait a minute. How do they figure each one of those is a pallet?
My point exactly.
Wait a minute. Did they literally say a pallet?
They show pictures of pallets, of name brands. They say that it's pallets. You go through the pictures and everything, and there's like pallets of stuff that they were going to send. They show people, hey, look, I accepted all this, and look at all I got, in this room, but it's just false advertising. And so I figured I'm just going to go against the credit card and just say, no, false advertising.
Hold on. I still don't understand. You say they literally, do you have a picture of the ad? They literally talked about pallets for sale.
I actually do have a picture of the ad I sent to my wife saying, hey, they're going to send this stuff because she thought I was crazy.
And they called them pallets of tools.
They called them pallets, and they had Milwaukee, DeWalt, everything. And they said, Amazon is overloaded. We got to get rid of this inventory, blah, 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 blah.
What did you actually get for $49?
I got one little, and also it came in a box, and it had 2 mystery boxes, and they were in bags. I pull it out, and it's literally like a little socket set. That's something you'd find at the dollar store. And the other one was simply like screwdrivers and something that you would find at the dollar store. And I'm like, this was totally, you always listen to your wife.
But I don't understand how they classified each package as a pallet.
They advertise it as pallets, but I guess if you read the small print, it's probably one tool out of the pallet.
Well, I'd like to know. I'd like to see the ads.
I'll send you the ad, and I'll send you the link and everything, and maybe we'll talk about it tomorrow.
I would love to do that. Would you please do that? Because this thing is crazy, and pallets of tools for sale. I see that. Let me see. And it says, okay, I see this one, the Amazon return pallets. Yep. I see some of this now. How to buy Amazon return pallets. And then, okay, anyway, this is crazy. Now, who actually sold it to you?
Some foreign lady in New York City.
But it wasn't Amazon advertising this, right?
Nope, not at all.
Wow. Okay, I want you to call back.
Whatever the listeners, tell all the listeners, don't go for the scam.
Well, I would think, I don't know. Why did you fall for it?
I was bored.
Okay. And you had an extra $49.
I had an extra $100. I bought 2 of them.
Yeah, that's true. By the way, 888heating.com will do high-efficiency heating and air, including heat pumps to augment your furnace. And if you have solar, it's wonderful. They'll give you a great deal. 888heating.com, reputation, integrity, value. 303-770-2776.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Beautiful driving throughout the Denver Metro for the Wednesday afternoon commute. I-25 north and southbound, we're seeing highway speeds into and out of downtown. I-70 east and westbound flowing free from the Golden area to DIA and back again. On the northeast end, I-270 westbound, some minor slowdowns approaching Vasquez through Commerce City, and otherwise just a beautiful drive throughout the metro area and beyond. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies today, high of 69 degrees, cooling down for those autumn months, overnight low of 42. Tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, a couple degrees colder with a high of 67. The current temperature in Denver is 68 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com.
10 seconds, Tom. You're next.
Different custom window treatments, including faux wood blinds and shutters, all at prices less than retail. Plus, we'll send you free samples before you buy. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
So I talked about this app yesterday. It's incredible. If you're thinking about a bathroom remodel, get this app, okay? You have nothing to lose, everything to gain. Here's why. When you download this app, it'll allow you to get a 3D image of your bathroom using your smartphone. Then you make design changes to that image. Change out the sink, tub, shower, tile, accessories, sinks, and cabinets, and artwork and more. All of it. You change it out, and what you get is a price. That's right, and you get an instant vision of what it will look like. They do an exact materials takeout. They also can tell you what it will cost from local contractors to get it done if you want to hire someone. Get this app. It will take the mystery out of home improvement pricing, and you'll get a detailed materials list with prices, even recommended brand names. Go to GiantGeneral.com and download this app. It is a lot of fun, even if you're not remodeling now. GiantGeneral.com. Hey, if you're looking for safe, conservative investments, mymoneymyway.com. I'm going to give you a number. I want you to call Joe. Ask him about creating income for life with guarantees, never to lose. You know what the stock market's been doing? Can you imagine getting a guarantee that if you put a lump sum of money in here, it'll grow? You'll never lose not only the principal, you'll never lose any gains you make ever. It ratchets up and creates income for life. MyMoneyMyWay.com, 303-779-6600, 779-6600. And speaking of money, if you want some spare money, some dollars, if you got some old jewelry, David Ellis Jewelry will buy it. It's a simple proposition, okay? Some people have a lot of junk jewelry around, and it has precious metals. Okay, so David Ellis Jewelry deals in precious metals. He'll buy your platinum, your gold, your silver, and he'll weigh it and pay it. Now, if you have an antique piece or you have antique jewelry or estate jewelry, he'll buy that too with a fair price. 3rd and Clayton and Cherry Creek, David Ellis Jewelry. Don't meet people from social media, endanger your life. Come on, go to a name we've trusted 40 years. 303-322-8779, 322-8779.
Hey, Kelly?
Yes.
I misspoke on my email. What I wanted was the invoice you just sent me, along with all those other receipts on the first email added to that as well.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I did that one to you. Do you not want a separate one for referral list?
I want all of those receipts for the water and stuff on with the one you just sent me under referral list.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Thank you. And also, Kelly, it doesn't have to be today. I'll probably do everything tomorrow or Monday for you, just so you know.
Okay.
And no
That's
rush.
Fine.
Not to make a wedding right plans, including Part D, but in Medicare, it's
Are you going to watch the Florida State game with us Saturday?
Aren't you going to be up by the airport?
I don't know where we're going to go.
Because what time is your flight?
5 something.
Oh, I definitely can. I got to go to a bridal shower. I know. Listen, sometimes I got to do girl shit. sucks because I'll be on my phone the whole time looking up football scores, but I got to go put on a
Bring
dress
all
and
these home.
play a bunch of
and I'm going to
fucking
show you
should be asking.
how I come to what I'm not sending this over there yet to Liz yet.
So take these home?
Yeah, bring those home, and then you kind of digest the email and then ask me any questions. That's all.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show.
And I'll
Help.
I only see
help. HELP
Is there not a
at
Simply Floors?
troubleshooter.com.
I thought I saw Simply Floors.
Okay. Thanks, Java. All right. Bye.
Here's Simply Floors.
Where is it?
Right here.
Why am I missing one? How many? Just count how many you got.
2, 3, 4,
Where do you gotta go for this?
9, 10, 11.
I only got
all the way
15
up
seconds here, Tom.
by
Yeah,
Fort
just
Collins.
give me one at a time.
Mortgage rates are rising, banks are bracing for a recession, 1 in 8 households see an income drop, and what are Republicans doing? They're arguing over who ought to be Speaker. Join me on Thursday at 6:05.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Don't forget 888heating.com. Do it before the cold. Get an estimate on high efficiency to save money all year. 303-770-2776. Quickly, I want to say something. There's some YouTube comments about what I was saying about free speech, and most of them are pretty logical. One of them did say, though, I don't see the difference in a video teaching someone how to make a bomb and to hurt people and to, there's some other things saying. Here, let me explain something. When I was talking about free speech and expression, I'm not talking about promoting crime, okay, or creating a crime. In other words, I'm not suggesting that we allow people to commit crime on social media. For example, here's how you lynch someone, here's how you kill someone, here's how you torture someone. I'm not talking about that. We're talking about vaccinations and social issues and transgender issues and just that kind of homosexual issues, political issues, where you're giving opinions. I mean, I don't think you should be able to say, let's kill tomorrow, let's kill such and such day. I'm not talking about promoting illegal activity. Okay, no one is in favor of crime. If it's a crime, I don't think it should be allowed. But what I'm talking about is not crime. I'm talking about freedom of expression. That's what's being censored, not crime. Everything, expression is being censored. In fact, sometimes the crime comments go above that. Anyway, Adrian has a comment on those pallets of tools that this guy fell for. He said he ordered 2 pallets of tools and got 2 packages of cheap-ass tools. Adrian, what's your comment?
Well, I first want to open up by saying I want to be one of your common men.
Okay.
Like I always open. And you could see those pallet ads on Facebook Marketplace. There's dozens of them.
Really? And does it give the illusion? Does it give the illusion?
Oh, the pictures are of DeWalt tools and Craftsman and you just go to Facebook Marketplace and you'll see dozens of those pallet ads.
Wow.
And you can read through them like glass. You really can.
So it's a bunch of crap is what you're saying.
Oh, absolutely. It's a gimmick. Oh, yes.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your comment on that. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. If we have no more calls, I have a couple comments on stuff. And there is a list I saw of the best cities to live without a car. Now, I would have thought it would be New York, but they say it's San Francisco. The second one is Boston. The third is New York. Denver, not even close to being on this list. Not even close. Well, actually, out of 50, it's 29, or out of 100. I mean, I guess you could get along, but I would say the worst city that they say is Mobile, Alabama. All these southern cities, Memphis, Tennessee, Jackson, Mississippi, Huntsville, Alabama. What they're basically saying, if you look at the bottom rung of places where you can't get along without a car, they're all Tennessee and South. And in fact, Thornton, Colorado is 183 out of 200 of the worst cities to live without a car. Denver's 29, which isn't terrible. So it's amazing that there are people, though, in the top cities that do get along without cars. In fact, Colorado Springs is listed as 100th, so out of 200, 100th on the list to get around without a car. But anyway, I'm Tom Martino. Don't forget, referralist.com. You can call also 303-MARTINO 24/7, 303-627-8466. And we'll get back to you. Remember, save all your problems for me.
You're clear, buddy.
See you, man.
Follow Tom Martino